Wipers!
Clapped in.
We're fucking live. Well, not really live. Well, I guess we are live, but we're not.
Yeah. We're alive.
Yeah. We are here with our next guest. Good friend of mine. Shit, man. First time I met this guy is 2017.
April 4th, 2017.
Oh, shit.
Whoa, all right.
Yep.
So almost 9 years to the day.
Yeah. You're a bad friend. You don't know the date, dude.
I know, right? I got the year right.
You got the year right, but it's my to remember things is my job. So like I'm usually really good with shows.
Yeah. So, actor, stuntman, extraordinaire.
Actually, I've never done stunts.
Well,
You know, I'll do my own. I'll try to do my own.
Yeah, true. I guess technically you're an actor. You do some very awesome, highly athletic acting.
That's I'll say that.
Moe Jeudy-Lamour.
Well done.
My French is less than stellar, but
That's pretty good.
But yeah, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming down.
Thank you.
He took the train down from L.A., so
I wanted the European experience.
got the full experience there. Yeah. No, but honestly, I had totally forgot when Gabby and Kylo went to Rome. I dropped them off at the Santa Fe Depot downtown, and they had like business class seats, which is like, dude, this shit was like $30 or some shit, like one way.
It's nice. You got a lot of legroom too.
Dude, they were like, this is awesome. They're like, it was like a full-on like regular chair, not like.
No, you're not cramped up. It's everything's big. It's great.
Cool.
All right.
So how you been?
I've been good. I've been good. I've been traveling a lot, so it was fun. And then like the beginning of this year was great.
Yeah.
It's because the business has been really slow lately. So I got really blessed at the end of the year.
Yeah.
At the end of the year, beginning of this year, I was like, oh yeah, okay, cool. It's like it's back on.
Booking some stuff.
Booking some stuff.
Right
yeah.
on.
Yeah, that was cool.
Well, we kind of start at the beginning. We're gonna kind of talk about your childhood a little bit. Like technically we should probably have you laying on that couch and like do the whole
taking notes.
Do the whole
lights.
the Dr. Freud experience.
Yeah.
But no, man. I mean, you're French Canadian.
Yep, French Canadian.
Where were you born?
So born and raised in Montreal, Canada. Both my parents are Haitian. They met when they were in college. Like they both went,
Haitian.
Yeah.
All right.
You're done. You're like, oh, fuck that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So they met in Montreal while they were studying. They fell in love, and so they were like, okay, cool. Let's figure it out. And then they just stayed there. And then my dad worked in a university. My mom was an interior designer. And then,
that's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. And then they had my brother, and then they had me, and then they split, and then it was just
your youngest,
single mom.
You're the baby?
Yeah, I'm the baby.
Nice.
The baby, yeah.
Right on.
Yep. And then...
well, how old were you when your parents split?
I was 1, so I don't remember it.
Oh, that sucks. But do you maintain any kind of relationship with your pops?
Yeah, so you know what? It was he tried to be there the way he could.
Yeah.
And so private schools the whole way,
Oh, that's good.
So that was dope. Honestly, he did what he could. And so
yeah, he provided.
Yeah, he did. He truly did. And so I respect that. I love him. I think that's great, I wouldn't be where I am now if I didn't go to those schools. Yeah.
And I think that is very important. Like there's a lot of misnomers where anybody gets divorced of deadbeat dads or deadbeat moms. I mean, we had a guy, Tim Spear was on the show. He's been on the show a couple times, and he's got 3 kids, and he, in California, it's very hard for the male to get like full custody of the kids. Even, split custody.
Yeah, he's got
if you're 50-50,
really,
50-50, I think is kind of what maybe the court system strives for, because then there's no exchanging of money. You don't have to pay child support either way.
Oh, when it's 50-50, you don't?
Yeah, because it's like, okay,
unless one parent makes way more than the other, because then they have to
then that's alimony and shit.
No, because then they have to provide for standard of care, standard of living.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you're right, huh?
So, it can get pretty bad sometimes.
Yeah, you're right.
But, either way, it's super rare that a man will end up with custody.
He has full custody of his kids.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
that's gangster.
So apparently his wife was
That's after him going to jail and shit.
Yeah.
So it's like,
she is really
just,
the
just
issue.
to show you
She's a winner.
how bad the other party is.
Wow. But I feel like for my generation, growing up as like a lot of kids were like, no, this week I'm at my dad's. No, this week I'm at my mom's.
It's pretty normal now.
It doesn't happen now, I feel, though. I don't feel like, I don't know anyone who's like, oh, nah, I can't this week, I got my kids. Like, no one, it feels like split custody doesn't exist anymore.
I don't know. We're all parents these age, so it's tough to tell.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You guys know anyone, except for this dude, well, he has full custody. Do you know anyone
a lot of my friends' kids are grown now. You know?
Oh, so they don't have that
like
anymore.
my daughter's 20, and so like she's out.
You have a kid that's 20 years old?
Yeah.
You had her at 18?
No, I'm 48, so it was
Oh,
a while,
shit.
yeah. But
You don't look a day over 47.
thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir, you'll take
But
it.
yeah, I remember when I was younger, it was a thing. Like, there's always a bunch
Yeah.
of conversations about who's going to ride the kids. But you're right, I didn't think about it. But I think it's just because most of our kids are older now.
Oh,
and they don't
that's
need
why,
watching.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like with Tim,
He's got young kids though.
yeah, his kids are younger. And I mean, it is a thing because, if you, I mean, I think that is, you hit the nail on the head. That is one of the things where obviously the older you get, the people you hang out with, their kids are obviously older. And I mean, it gets to a point too. I mean, technically, like if you have custody of your kids and you want to go like get a beer with your fucking boys and your kids are teens, then they just stay home.
stay
And
home,
it's
dude.
not a big deal.
You
There's
can do
an
whatever.
Xbox.
They're
That's true.
playing video games. But I mean, obviously, toddlers and
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, it's a whole different
Then
animal.
it's like,
dude. Unless you're in the 80s, then it's like, hey, there
Yeah.
you go. Here's a key.
latchkey,
Here's some breadsticks, dude.
latchkey kid.
Straight
Yeah.
up.
See you in 5 hours.
That was the generation I was in, and that was a blast. Like
It
my
was
brother
great,
and I,
man.
we would fucking be like, "Yeah, okay, mom, we're out," and then just fucking play in the neighborhood,
Riding bikes.
Survival
riding
of the fittest,
bikes.
dude.
Yeah,
That's it.
play cops and robbers and shit like that. Like it was a blast. Now kids, apparently now you're not allowed to do that. Like your kids can be like if they see kids outside like cops, they'd be like, "Where are your parents?" Oh, well, we live like 6 blocks that way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They're like, "Yo, you can't."
So
Mind your own business, copper.
Straight up, it's like, bro, what are you doing, man? Like we're having a blast here.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
so
everything's
weird.
so bubble wrap these days, dude. It's like
It's bad.
Granted, not like we need to go back to the 80s because that was
Sure, yeah,
Stranger
seatbelts-
danger.
Yeah, seatbelts
yeah.
are generally a good thing. You probably shouldn't be smoking on
in
airplanes
yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
There
yeah,
was a lot of weird shit like that with, growing up in the 70s and 80s
yeah,
and
smoking
90s.
sections on the planes. I remember thinking as a kid, I'm like, that's
crazy.
The smoke doesn't stay in the section.
It
Like,
goes
what
in the
fuck?
back,
Yeah.
bro. If you're in
It's
the
being
back,
recycled.
yeah,
totally.
It's
Well, that's a weird
horrible.
thing too. Is I remember when they stopped smoking in bars in San Diego.
Oh yeah.
In California wide, but I think I was either in Buds or I was maybe at the SEAL team by then, and I just remember I was like people made such a big fucking deal about it, like people who smoked, and for me, I didn't give a shit because I'm like, I don't fucking smoke, and I was like, who cares? I'm like, if you want to fucking smoke, smoke. But then I realized I would come home from a bar and my fucking clothes didn't.
Yeah,
Disgusting,
100%.
dude.
Well, they didn't smell bad anymore.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
just like,
Oh,
I'm like,
shit.
dude, this is
Feels
kind of a
great.
good thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. You know?
Yeah.
And then, like, the first time you go to Vegas, you're like, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's
like,
horrible.
yeah.
But I will say though, you go outside and that's when you're like, oh yeah, you were dancing in here. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. It's it was easy
Oh, for
to
sure.
talk to people
Yeah, definitely
outside,
easier to, yeah.
You know, that's
Like trying to hook up with dudes and stuff. Yeah. So right on. So you had a great childhood, private
It was
schools.
fun, yeah.
When did you graduate high school? Did you go to college or like what were you looking to do right out of the?
So for me, it was always like, my brother and I, we would like rent movies at Blockbuster and shit, and then we'd do like 3 movies a night and watch movies all day
shit.
and like reenact the movies and shit. Like, so I was
How
always
much
like,
older is your brother?
3.
3.
3 years
Okay.
older. So I was always like, oh, this is dope. Like, we love this, da-da-da. But, like, I was like, it's impossible to be in the industry. I'm in Montreal. I don't even speak English. It makes no sense. To this day, by the way. I still,
Oh, really?
you
You
know?
only spoke French?
Yeah, Creole and French. Like, my first language is Creole because my
Okay.
parents are Haitian. And then it's French. And then I learned English in college.
Oh, wow.
So it was like...
That's cool.
So yeah, so then I was like, yeah, I think I want to be a lawyer, like debating and arguing is cool. I feel like I could maybe do that.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna study that. And then so I went to I played football also, and like as I was playing football, I was like, you know what, maybe that's what I'll do.
Was it football or was it football?
No, football. No, the real shit. Yeah. No, I look because so the whole thing for me was as a kid I was always sick. And so,
really?
Always sick. I was
Why?
super, super skinny. I will never know. I will never fucking know.
That's fucking
I
weird.
couldn't do anything. And then, I would spend weeks in the hospital. It was really bad. And then at one point when it felt like I was much better. I was out of the hospital. And I went outside and I was like, okay, I'm going to try to run. And I couldn't put a foot in front of the other fast. So
what the
forget
hell?
about running.
Wow.
I was skinny. I couldn't do anything.
I
was around 13, 14.
Oh wow.
It was bad, dude. It was really bad. And so, I would play video games, and I was like, oh, I'll play this 2K football, 2K. I forget the name of it. And so I'm playing it, and I'm like, I always had a thing for San Francisco, so I'm always playing
Madden
with the 49ers. No, not Madden. The other one, because at one point they didn't there was Madden and
Tecmo Bowl
2K
or some
something.
shit or yeah.
And then the 2K, it was the 2K version.
Yeah.
And so I was playing that, and then I was like, yeah, the San Francisco 49ers are dope because I like San Francisco. So I started playing with that. Yeah, it's something. It's your. And
squeaky ass shit.
yeah. And so I was playing with them, and then number 81, I always threw the ball at him, and he would catch it, and he would.
That was T.O.
Yeah.
Terrell Owens.
And so I'm like, yo, who the fuck's this guy? And then I look him up. I'm like, he's jacked, and he's 6'3", 225. I was like, I'm gonna be like him one day. And so I started working out, eating more, working out. And fast forward 6 years later, I'm in college, and they test you for the first day is just testing, and I run a 4.4.
Damn.
I bench 16 reps, 2 plates.
Dang.
I scored the highest percentile of this is the fittest player on the team.
Nice.
And I was
awesome.
like, fuck yeah, and my number was number 81.
Nice.
Right
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Perfect. Full circle.
That was
Dude.
dude. Even more full circle. Fast forward, 10 years later, I book a part as a soccer player. I'm the goalkeeper, and because it's my buddy, he's like, "Yo, what jersey number do you want?" I was like, "Number 81."
Yeah.
And then I was number 81 on the
Oh,
show.
that's killer.
And then the even more full circle, a year later, when it comes out and it's a big thing, a buddy of mine
Ted
reps.
Lasso, right?
Yeah, Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
My buddy reps Terrell Owens. And
Oh,
Terrell
killer.
Owens books a commercial, and he has to play a goalkeeper. And so my buddy filmed T.O., and T.O. is like, blah, 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 like in front of the goals. And then he looks at the camera. He's like, hey, Mo, I'm the real T.O. You're not the real T.O. I was like, holy shit.
Dude, that's
he's the
awesome,
reason why
dude.
That's funny,
I was
man.
jacked because of that guy. And then now he's
Wow.
like, yo, I'm
Dude.
T.O. I'm like, bro, I know you're T.O.
That's killer.
That was so cool. That
What a
was
full circle
that
moment,
was
man.
full circle. I was
Yeah, I
like,
bet.
this is great, dude.
So when you were in high school and playing ball and stuff, like you always did you look forward to, you wanted to go to college and play football in college?
I was like, you know what, man? I think I'll play football. And I loved it. And I would fall asleep thinking about me making plays and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really
Would
good.
you play?
Wide receiver.
Okay. That makes sense.
Number 81, yeah,
That
yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense, yeah.
And so I was like, but I wasn't really good because I didn't have that much experience. When you get to college, you get to with people who they've played for their whole fucking life,
Yeah,
and I'm just
yeah.
I just started kind of, so
Yeah.
I was okay. And then the thing I had though was amazing coaches. Every single that's my thing where
What school was it?
I went to Concordia.
Okay.
Yeah, Concordia University.
Yeah.
It's downtown, so it's downtown Montreal. You definitely.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, you've been to Montreal.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
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 Because we were shooting
Like
that
the
thing.
old town.
You were okay. So you were not really downtown.
But we went downtown to see the Canadians play.
Oh yeah, so it's very close.
right there.
It's on that street.
Yeah.
literally on
Yeah.
the same street as the university. there.
Okay.
And so.
Yeah, I've definitely heard of Concordia University.
Yeah, so that's the thing I had was great coaches my whole fucking life, dude. I didn't. Unfortunately, my dad wasn't there physically or morally, but I had great men in my life,
Yeah.
great coaches. Like one of my coaches, Dave Spence, unfortunately passed away. I'm actually older than when he passed away, which is so fucked up.
Wow.
And he was like the best coach. He's the
How
one.
did he die?
He cancer.
Oh, fuck.
Fucking cancer.
How old are you now?
I'm 39.
Well, yeah.
And so what happened?
Damn, he died young.
He died young, man.
Fuck.
He died young. And so it was fucked up because so he like I didn't have a car, and so my dad bought me a car. He was just like, "Yo, I'm going to transfer you the money. You deal with it." Which was a great learning curve. Like I had to look for a car and da. So I do that, and then. But he's not physically there, you know. So now I'm like, fuck, how the fuck? I don't even know how to put gas in the car. I don't know anything about it, you know.
Yeah.
So it's my coach, Dave Spence. He's like, dude, what are you talking about? Yeah, yo, did you do this, the 87, whatever, you put it in there. That's it, you know.
Here's
And then
some
so
diesel,
he taught me how to do that. And at one point in Montreal, you need to have on December, I believe it's December 22nd to April 22nd, you have to have winter tires. And if you don't, they tow your shit.
Yeah.
They don't care. Yeah, they
Got the little fucking studs in the tires and shit.
A little bit, yeah, or more threads and shit because it's like we have real winter.
Yeah.
Like real winter. So I was like, okay, yeah. So I was like, yo, Dave, I need tires. I don't know where to get them. I don't know what to do. He's like, bro, what are you talking about? Bro, nobody else can help you with this? I'm like, no, bro. It's supposed to be my dad, but he's not here. And then silence for like 5 minutes. And then he starts sending me links of like tires that I could buy. And then he's like, yo, I got you the tires. You just have to give me 400 and then I'll you have to grab them. You go to this garage.
You're like, 400 what?
But he was dope, yo. He taught me how to talk to girls. He taught me how to do this. He was the dopest dude. And
that's awesome.
You know, when he passed away, I was in LA. It was my first, maybe it's the first 2 years of when I moved to LA. And I found out that he passed away. Dang. And so I go back to Montreal for the funeral, and I saw so many other young men just like me who had the same stories.
Yeah.
The same stories because he's just dope. And that's why
Which
sports
is awesome, man.
Great, dude.
Yeah.
Sports is awesome for that reason.
That's a cool level of impact to have, especially at such a young age, too.
Yo.
Less than 39, you have that much impact on people who are doing stuff. Like,
yo, I'm telling you, cool. Man, Dave Spence, like, every time I write movies and TV shows, I will always write, like, until it goes, I want, like, someone is called Spence in it. You know? Yeah. You know,
that's a good homage.
It's an homage, bro. I'm like, yo, he was the best, dude. He was the best.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, so like, I wanted to play football. I was like, yeah, football's my shit. I love it. And then, long story short, I started school a year earlier because my mom couldn't walk me and my brother to school, so I had to go to the same as my brother, and because of that, I started school 1 year earlier. Therefore, my eligibility,
grade school.
Yeah. Therefore, my eligibility was fucked up.
Yeah.
And so then I'm like training to play, and then I missed a few years because I was sick. You
so
know?
You basically started playing like high school football and shit when you were like,
I was too old. I literally college. Yeah. When I got to college and started for Concordia, I started playing. They were like, actually, like, I'm training. We have training camp. I'm doing 2-a-days and this and that. And I'm like, I'm getting better. I'm like, yo, fuck, hopefully I fucking start. And then the coach comes to me at one point. He's like, yo, dude, I'm so sorry, but we check your eligibility and you can't play with us anymore. I was like,
oh, and you were like a senior or something?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I was like, oh, shit. Yo, that was my dream.
By the time you aged out.
Yeah.
You can age out of college sports?
Yeah, if you haven't started earlier, because I started... My shit was all fucked up because I was sick, so I missed 2 years of schooling, basically. Wow. Yeah. And so when I got there, I missed 2 years of schooling, plus I had I started 1 year earlier, so it messed up everything. And then they were like, yo, you can't play anymore. I was like, no. So I go home, and I'm like, shit, what am I going to do, man? And then I go to bed that night, and to this day, the best sleep I've ever had. It was fucking great. I was like, oh, man, it was making me anxious without knowing. And it's probably, like your intuition that's like,
fuck all that shit.
Yeah, fuck all that shit. But you don't want that. It's not your route. Don't do it, you know? And so I was just like, all right, fuck it. So I didn't do that. And then I worked at Best Buy to pay for stuff, you know? So I worked at Best Buy, and then I'm walking around. And I see this really cool black dude with a trench coat. I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Blade, dude.
It's imagine.
I was gonna say Wesley Snipes.
Yo, that'd be dope. But actually, Orlando Jones.
Oh,
I'm
no
like,
shit.
oh shit, that's Orlando Jones. I'm like, oh okay. So I walk
Dude,
up
the
to him.
replacements were on this
Oh, no way.
weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And he plays a fucking football player.
He's fucking awesome. Dude. So I see him. I'm like, hey, what would you like? He's like, oh, I'm looking for this. I'm like, oh, it's in this department. I walk with him. I'm like, so are you filming here? You filming something? He's like, yeah, I'm filming this TV show. I'm like, oh, who's the director? He tells me the director. I'm like, oh yeah, he did this. He's like, how do you know directors like that? I'm like, dude, I love acting. I love the business, but it's impossible. I live here. He's like, bro, I'm literally standing in front of you. It's not impossible. And if I were you're a black dude, you should go to Vancouver. There's no black people over there. Like, you'll be able to fucking work all the time. I'm like, really? Fuck it. Same summer, I moved to fucking Vancouver.
No shit.
I'm like,
Nice.
fuck it. I'll pursue this shit. If he says it's doable, I'll do it.
So did you actually graduate from college?
So I didn't.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But what were you studying?
I was studying political science.
Oh, okay.
So it's not
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you graduate or not.
Yeah.
I mean, like, because a lot of people do that and then they go into law.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And so
yeah.
I was on my second. I think I was my last. I was around my last year. Maybe I'm missing like 2 semesters or something like that. And then so I moved to Vancouver. I do the summer there, but I've never acted before, and so all the auditions I had were like as big as the ones I have now in my career now.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, so I was horrible. I was so bad, dude. They were like, "What is he doing?"
You know you're supposed to be acting, right?
It's like, what the fuck is that? I was so bad. But I will always remember I was reading the lines and I was like, I could see in my head what I should be doing, but I just couldn't do it.
Couldn't replicate it.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
It's probably like you guys. If you guys give me a rifle and you're like, "Yo, you got to do this," I'd be like, bro, I know, I see what I have to do. It's gonna look bad. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah, you just haven't done the muscle memory.
I've seen that before.
That's it. That story's coming too, bro. And so it's so funny because I've told this story so many times, but never to you about you.
Yeah.
So that's
shit.
that's gonna be funny, bro. And so I'm doing very poorly in Vancouver, and I'm there for like a month. And
What were you doing as like side hustle? Like
bro?
make money?
I was just there. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah.
Even life in
But
general.
I mean, were you like waiting tables and shit?
Bro,
or?
I did not understand life. I just moved there, and I was like, I'm moving there. This is it. And then my dad was there, so he gave me some money and stuff. And
okay.
but I was still, bro. I lasted a month, and then I was like, I gotta go back. And so I go back to Montreal, and then Montreal is kind of like the ex-girlfriend. Like, what? You went to Vancouver and like you had success, you had auditions. We like you. And then now I audition in Montreal like crazy because they're like, he was in Vancouver. It's so stupid.
Interesting.
And so I find an agent like this.
So you
and then
start. I can imagine that. It's so fucking crazy. You start auditioning in Montreal and you start booking jobs in Vancouver. You're like, motherfucker.
I wouldn't be surprised that shit happens
Yeah.
too. You're like, that's so stupid. But actually, that's how I got the gig with me and you. Is I was in LA and Montreal was like, what? No, come back. And then I booked and then I had to come back. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. But so
Totally
then,
makes sense.
and so I started auditioning for big things again in Montreal, and I'm like, oh fuck, this is actually working, And then I'm taking classes, and so I'm getting better and better. It's smaller parts, but it's still big stuff. And then because on the clock I can have an American accent. Right now I'm just me, so I don't care. But like when you yell action, I'll have an American accent, and so they're like, yo, we need, there's a lot of American productions, from America that come to Montreal because it can look like Paris. It can look like New York. It can look like so many places.
Yeah.
And so
It's like going to Europe without having to go to Europe.
literally. And
Yeah.
so we worked there. Like a lot of production came to Montreal. And so I was like, okay, cool. Fuck it. I'm staying here. And the same thing with Toronto. Toronto is a 6-hour drive, 45-minute flight. So I was like, hey, you know what? I'll go to Toronto. And so I would be in Montreal, have an audition in Toronto, drive to Toronto, then do the audition, then drive back to Montreal, work in Montreal, go back to Toronto. I did that like in 1 year. I did it 50 times.
God damn.
50?
That's once a
50
week.
times.
Dang.
Once a week with 2 weeks off.
Oh my god, 6-hour drive.
Yo, I would
Each way.
Each way, and then sometimes I would take the bus, and so I would take the bus and just be like,
Longer
fuck
than
it.
Vegas.
I watch movies and whatever, and then get off the bus, go do the audition. The audition lasted for a minute and a half, go back on the bus, go back to Montreal.
Yeah.
It was bad, but I had the great experience. You know, it was like, okay, I'm auditioning. I'm doing the thing. You know, and so.
Yeah. Sometimes it's what you got to do, man.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then at one point, I'm partying and I meet a dude. I see a guy and I'm like, I think I know this guy. And I'm like, yo, aren't you an actor? He's like, yeah. My name's Josh Hopkins. I don't know if you guys know Josh Hopkins.
It sounds familiar.
He's fucking dope. I love this dude. And so he's like, we become super close right away. Like I'm like, oh yeah, let me take you out. I'll show you the places. I introduce him to some people.
Where'd you meet him at?
I met him at Santos. Did you ever go to Santos in the old port? Ah, fuck yeah, Santos was great. I brought the boys there.
This is in Montreal.
Yeah, in Montreal. Yeah, I brought some of the guys from that show is Quantico.
Oh yeah,
You know Quantico?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yep.
Josh was on Quantico.
Okay.
And some of the dudes were. There's a guy called Jacob that you guys should. He was a Marine, so you guys should definitely. I'll put you guys in touch with him. And he's a legit actor. He's fucking
Nice.
he's great. And so I hang out with them and all of that. And then Josh, at one point, I'm hanging out with him, and he's like, you know, you're. So he, basically, it's so funny. I knew him for now. It was like maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
And then he's like. He was trying to get me a part on Quantico.
Yeah.
And I had to send a self-tape. And so I sent the self-tape. And he was like...
And that was like
dude,
self-taping before self-taping was really a thing.
Basically.
You know?
But he was like, dude, I was so nervous because I didn't know if you were going to be good or bad. Because he's my boy for 2 years. And he's like, fuck, I don't know. And then he saw my tape. He's like, dude, you're good. You're good, bro. That's fucking awesome. And then at one point, we're sitting at a bar. We're talking shit. And he's like, you know, if you stay out here, you'll be with your family. You'll be with your friends. And you'll keep booking those parts of like, oh yeah, we need an American soldier, we need an American cop, or we need an American dude doing this, doing that. You know, you'll book those small parts. But if you want to win a Super Bowl, you need to go to LA.
Yeah.
Same summer, I moved to LA. I'm like, fuck it. So fucking pack my bags. I go to fucking LA. I'm there for 3 months. I feel like my agent didn't even know I was there.
Did you go there for like pilot season? Or,
I went for pilot season. Not that summer, but I went for pilot season, basically.
Yeah.
I won't fucking audition. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man?
So pilot season also typically for the viewers
anymore.
is like it's weird. Like used to shoot, or you'd audition for all these pilots at the beginning of the year typically, and then slowly they get their shit together, and then you start filming this stuff.
I didn't know there was like seasons to it.
Yeah, it used to be that. So at the beginning of the year, they pitch all their pilots, and then a lot of networks are like, okay, let's do all those 15 pilots. Then they have to cast those 15 pilots, and then we shoot the 15 pilots. You know, I'll be on one show and I shoot it, and then they try to see which ones is gonna go. So sometimes you can be, I booked a pilot. Oh my God, it's great. And when you sign, they tell you it's like, so you're gonna make $70,000 an episode, and it's gonna be 20 episodes. And because it's just a pilot, because it's not picked up, you're gonna get $90,000 for the pilot. And then after that, if it goes, you're gonna make 70 an episode. So you sign it, and like. I'm gonna make almost a million.
You're like, dude, 20 episodes and $70K. You're like, I made it, and then it's like, it didn't get picked up.
It didn't get picked up. You're like, fuck. And some people
already spent all the money
all the time. Some people are known to book pilots all the time and never goes anywhere. You're like, what the fuck, bro?
And this was pre-streaming.
Yeah, pre-Netflix. That's pre-Netflix. Yeah,
Netflix wasn't blowing up like they were. Because I mean, dude, this is what. Now shows are shooting like 10 episodos.
It was a pretty locked ecosystem at the time. It seems like you didn't have like Amazon or Netflix.
Well, that was the thing too,
and that huge.
Well, all of this stuff is kind of what caused all these fucking strikes to happen like 2 years ago. Is because you would have these network shows that are 20, sometimes 20 plus episodes a season,
24. Yeah.
So they would carry these writers and showrunners for the year because I mean essentially you would shoot 24 episodes or 20 episodes. You're shooting an episode, depending if it's a half hour or an hour episode. If it's an hour, it takes you 2 weeks to shoot an episode. If it's a half hour, typically it takes you a week plus sometimes. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if you're shooting 20 episodes and you're shooting an hour episode, then you're shooting for like
almost a year,
almost the entire year.
But even if it's for 6 months, you just made $70K an episode for 20 episodes.
Yeah. and you have these writers, they're writing the whole fucking time, and then towards like episodes like 14, 15, 16, I mean they're already starting on season 2 or season 3 or season, because now, I mean, you're going to have, depending on how much time is between, because typically for these shows, these network premieres on CBS and NBC and ABC and Fox, and, they used to kind of premiere about the same time of year, and then summer was reruns, and then you pick up where you left off and shit.
Competition that way.
Yeah, but then you had all the streaming shit that came in, and they were like, "Nope, we're only shooting 10 episodes. We're gonna have a writer's room for like 2 months. You guys are gonna bang out 10 episodes, and
there's
then
no pilot, and then straight to series.
Yeah, we're gonna bang out fucking 10 episodes, and then you motherfuckers are all fired.
Wow.
Basically,
it's a whole different thing.
Unless you have some affiliation where it's like, okay, the writer's the showrunner, or the writer's a co-producer, or something like that. Or sometimes it wouldn't be necessarily just 2 months. Like, if you're the writer and it's your episode that's going to air, then sometimes they'll keep you on. But you're not on for an entire year like it was before.
Yeah, it sounds like it just dropped a grenade in the whole ecosystem.
Yeah, basically.
And that's so. I mean, when the strike started in, what was that, 2022 maybe, 2021?
Was there a strike in 2021?
Maybe. I think it was the writers first, or maybe it's DGA, then the writers.
Because for us, like the one that lasted a long time, that was last year. It was 2 years ago, actually.
Yeah, I thought it was 2022.
2023.
Oh, was it 2023?
But looking back now, I mean, because it's been that legacy wave for like decades, and then the streaming service came up and blew up that whole thing. Looking back a couple of years later, and the state of the way things are now, do you think that was like just the evolution of it a good thing, or do you think there's some like, hey, it should have been done a different way, or the old way was better? Because I don't know anything about.
I think
this.
a little of both.
Yeah, a little of both, because like if you watch something like Law and Order. It's like those are great, dude. Every week it's a new
and they still film like that.
They still film like that. It is great. It's 22 episodes, 24.
So there
episodes.
are still shows that do that.
Yeah, but then there's like Breaking Bad. I bet you if Breaking Bad was coming out now and it was on Netflix, it would not be as good. Just for the fact that it was weekly. It's a weekly release.
Yeah.
So it changes everything. And
wasn't that a streaming show though?
No,
it was on
AMC.
FX.
Oh, no, it wasn't AMC.
Was it AMC?
It's I think it's AMC.
So what was
we have the technology.
So what was Game of Thrones? Is that like streaming?
That was HBO.
That was HBO.
So that was the thing too. So HBO
was
was essentially streaming before streaming was cool. But even they had. Well, actually, no. Like Sopranos, I think they only had like 10 episode seasons.
What was the big show that was like the catalyst that like, hey, streaming is a real thing, and that really was the big move?
Well, the real first show that was produced by Netflix is House of Cards.
Oh,
so
okay.
that one came out, and it was a bingeable show, and people were like, "What is that?"
Yeah,
okay.
And
that
they
was
just watched the whole thing, and then
still haven't seen
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah,
and,
Robin Wright.
Yeah, Robin Wright, and what's his name? Our guy from Jack Ryan was on that.
What year did Krasinski?
Really?
God, what is his fucking name? I can't believe
Josh?
it. No, John. He played Mike November.
I don't know.
What the fuck is his name?
Black dude?
No, white dude.
Oh, the bald guy with he was on.
How do I not know John? Michael Kelly, not John.
Oh, really?
I'm thinking John Krasinski. It's like, no, Michael Kelly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What year did that come out or start?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that's a good question, because that would
House
be
of Cards?
Yeah, House of Cards is the one thing that was like it shook the whole.
That was like 2019 or something, wasn't it?
No, this was
before 2022.
Way further than maybe
really?
20.
It says 2013 to 2018 was the premiere.
Yeah.
So they
okay.
So
Yeah.
they probably started it in like 2011,
So
2012.
this disruption is like over a decade old.
Complete disruption, dog.
Yeah.
Complete disruption, because now it's like, oh, that was straight to series. Like there's no pilot. You film it as like a long movie, but it's just cut in pieces. So it's like, oh, and then Stranger Things, and then now everything is like so different.
Breaking Bad originally aired on AMC.
Okay, yeah.
And that was 2008.
Yeah, it's a
That
long
was
time ago.
2008.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Breaking
And that's when
Bad
it
was,
originally aired. So I mean, you had shows that were like streaming shows, but it wasn't like Amazon Prime, it wasn't Hulu, it wasn't Disney, it wasn't
Yeah, it
Netflix.
wasn't like that, yeah.
So the amount of competition It wasn't as big. So you'd have like HBO and Cinemax.
Yeah.
And those were like your streaming shows, but then you still had such a huge outpouring of like CBS shows and NBC shows, and you still had all of these major network television that was out there, which like it's kind of weird because like I look at shows now and I'm like what the fuck do they even put on TV now?
Yeah, right.
You know,
right.
they have like. I mean, that Yellowstone Marshals is a show.
That's so terrible right now, though.
Oh, isn't it not good?
Oh, my God, it's so bad, dude.
I haven't seen it.
Well, because I love all Sheridan stuff. It's great, man. I mean, most of it, except for Lioness is a bag of ass, too.
You don't like Lioness?
No, I fucking hate it, bro.
It's so interesting. I feel like a lot of military people don't like Lioness.
It's like, I'm sure like a doctor watching a surgery show is going to be like, this shit sucks, you know?
Is it really, like, it doesn't make sense military-wise?
Well, my wife and I, so Marshall's, my wife's a horse chick, so she loves horses.
Okay.
And I don't like love guns, but I'm familiar with them. And so like,
I saw some of those horse chicks on Pornhub.
I think I called her on a story about some horses too. No, but so that's the one movie that we watched or series we watched that has like Team Guy gun stuff and horse stuff. And I'm just trying to be quiet because my wife knows, like, I'm sure the same way. It's like anytime there's like some tactical movie on, I know I just got to zip it because I'm just be like,
wow.
It's like painful to watch.
Well, dude, you know who did that show?
Except for The Way of the Gun, which is dope. But
you know who did that? Yellowstone Marshals? Ryan Sangster.
Really?
He was the. I don't know if he was the fight coordinator, but I know he did a bunch of stunts and stuff.
The fights and stunts are good. It was the tactical stuff, but I'm also like, I get it because like nobody's looking at the stuff. Like you got the high ground. Why would you move down? But anyway, it's total like tactical nerd shit.
Well, and that's
like
the thing too, which is fucking weird because if they don't have like a dedicated like tech advisor, which I've seen. Which maybe they do. I haven't dug into that movie. I haven't even, or that TV show. I haven't dug into it at all.
Too, you know. I mean, because it does flow better when like, because if you have the high ground, like you're just going to shoot everybody and there's no drama.
Yeah,
that's it. You need tension.
You got to make some drama with it.
Yeah.
So I think it's that kind of thing.
And there is shit to be said for like being overridden because like I just did that. I did that show in Morocco and there's stuff in the script that I was like, and you know. My title's tech advisor. It's not showrunner. It ain't producer.
Well, the thing with
and it's like, hey man, I'm like this. You may want to. This isn't necessarily right. And he's like, nah, I like it. I'm gonna keep it. And it's using that artistic license to go, hey, I know it's not 100% correct, but I like it because it sounds better.
Yeah, and we're not the main audience.
And it's that thing too. Yeah,
that's like, a good point.
Yeah,
but it's funny because like my wife and I are watching that same show, and I'm like cringing at the tactical shit, and she's cringing at the horse stuff. But I didn't notice any of the horse stuff, and she didn't notice any of the tactical stuff. So I'm like, the general audience is like going to think it's fantastic.
Because you know, for me, Lioness, I'm like, this is awesome. This is so
dude, that's got some great action in Lioness, and I know a bunch of dudes that are on that show as well. Like Duffy Gaver and even Keith did some stuff with Lioness and the
love
the Armorers.
The show. To me, I'm like, oh, this is like the real shit, but you're saying it's not really.
It's just little stuff like we gotta attack this way. Like, why don't you just send somebody around back and shoot around the fucking rock, bro? Like,
well, the other thing too, not necessarily like, you know why they didn't do it like that? Because it's not in the script.
So it wouldn't be a show.
yeah, it wouldn't be a show too. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
But if anybody's looking for like a really good show that I think has really good tactics,
The Way of
at least
the Gun,
for the
you're
time,
saying?
Jack Ryan?
The Way of the Gun. I haven't seen a lot of that. But The Way of the Gun with Ryan Felipe and Benicio del Toro.
Oh,
fucking
really?
Awesome, dude. That was.
You're right.
That was really good.
I watched another kind of like a podcast of two. I think they're army. I think I forget what they are, but they reviewed that movie and they were like, "This is perfect."
They've got some sick ones, especially the time because that was the tactics we were using at the time.
Oh yeah.
But they have this sick episode or this sick scene where like. They're getting kind of like they have this. So I had this immediate action drill where you basically have your leapfrogging. So you have like one element moves this way, pins people down while the other element moves. So you always got fire going down range to try to keep the guys
fire
heads down
maneuver.
So you can
Boom,
make
boom,
moves.
boom. Yeah.
So they did a rolling IAD where they got out of the truck, left it in gear, and they're moving from in the middle of like these pylons, and the truck's going straight, and they're moving from pylon to pylon while the truck's going with them. I was like, that's fucking smart.
Was there anybody in the truck?
No, he was just driving by because he left it in gear and just let it drive.
Yeah.
I was like, that's good, man. And then Michael Caine, not Michael Caine, but there was some other great lines in it too. Like there's this one scene where they're about to go get in the final firefight where, spoiler alert, basically everybody dies.
Yeah.
But they're
No way.
Yeah, they're surrounded by these cartel guys who they're fighting, and they're about to go out in the courtyard, and they're like thinking about it, and like, but they're all armored up and everything, got their guns, and like, well, what's the plan? And the guy goes, I think a plan is just a list of shit that doesn't happen. And then they just go out there and
shit.
blasting, but they're doing like get shot in the hand, doing like.
Oh, you're thinking James Caan.
James Caan, yeah.
Oh,
he's got that great line that I love. It's what do you think about karma? The guy goes, I think karma is just revenge without the satisfaction.
Oh,
I always love that line.
shit.
Yeah, so
That's
if anybody's
a great line.
If anybody's looking for like a tactical movie, bro, the way of the guy.
Dude, I have to go back and watch that shit now.
But so wait,
so
there's nothing else?
Well, no, I mean, there's some good ones, but mainly for me, it's like there's very few ones that are like, man, that's good. It's more like, well, at least you didn't fuck it up, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And there's
Really?
dude, there's
Act of Valor was fucking terrible too, though.
Oh, no. Yeah, because
yeah.
that was Navy
Those
SEALs,
are real
right?
team guys.
Yeah.
And the real team guys, too, huh?
Yeah, but like you're shooting this guy, and then he falls in the water, but the guy reaches out and catches him before he falls in the water. Like,
You don't remember doing
man.
that?
I must have missed that class.
Yeah.
No way.
But it's a great movie, and
not.
people love it. So it's like I'm just the asshole that complains about it. So
What about 13 Hours?
I never saw it.
Oh, yeah, it might be too, like... Yeah, did you work for it?
Yeah.
You worked on it.
I never watch any Team Guy movies.
Yeah.
I've never seen a single one,
Any,
Yeah.
sorry?
except for Navy SEALs with Charlie Sheen.
Navy SEALs versus
Of
zombies.
course. Is that a movie?
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
I did that one too.
That sounds awesome.
I die.
Oh, really?
I die first.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. But dude, it is fucking crazy because, like you're saying, there is. Even if you have the fucking most world-renowned fucking tech advisor and like somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing, you're always going to find shit that's fucked up because
Yeah.
you either get overridden or
But how is that though? Like,
Tactics change, too.
If you wrote a scene, and it's like, if you just think of a firefight that you guys have been in,
yeah.
I'm sure that's probably pretty cinematic, no? Or is it boring? Is it the type of shit that's like, actually, bro, it was just
You'd have to
boring.
ask him.
Yeah, it's fucking weird because there's certain shit to where, you know, like I was in a few firefights in Iraq, and it's like, for one, like typically if you see team guys that get in fucking firefights, it's like, okay, our job is not gone wrong, but like typically like we're out kicking in doors in the middle of the night and kidnapping people out of their houses, and like not a shot is fucking fired. And that's like,
okay.
that's like mission success, but it's very boring. Same thing with like 12 Strong, that movie 12 Strong that's based off the horse soldiers. It's like, you know, most of the shit that those guys are doing, which I might add, me and Harry were the tech advisors on that show, but it was like one of those things where they're like, well, why didn't they just go off of the book? They're like, well, the book, it's a fucking amazing story, but cinematically, it's going to be very boring because it's like guys sitting in a mountain doing a fucking 9-line or a call for fire.
Oh, yeah, you told me about it. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're like dropping cast on people's heads. And it's like, those guys are like, fuck yeah, we just annihilated an entire fucking division of the Northern, or not the Northern Alliance, but the Taliban's fucking tanks or whatever. We just annihilated like an entire army in this valley. But then it's like, okay, well, then what? So they literally had to create
tension,
conflict.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, these dudes are in the mountains and they get compromised. They're like, oh, well, shit, there's some Taliban guys. They start shooting up the guys. They're like, well, that didn't really happen.
Yeah.
But you can't just have a movie like, okay, these guys come in and they drop bombs on these guys and they ride away and they go eat some MREs by a campfire and and tomorrow we're gonna go do the same thing, guys. And there was some conflict there in terms of finding the right, like linking up. I think at least most of the story with horse soldiers is like, just the fact that you have this group of U.S. soldiers that were able to link up with the Northern Alliance, which they weren't really the Northern Alliance. They were a group of fucking essentially tribes in the northern area of Iraq. They were all fighting the Taliban, but at the same time, they were all fighting each other too. It was like literally the fucking Native Americans in the United States before
There are
any
little side hustles
Europeans
going on.
showed up. It's like they were all fighting each other, and then once the fucking white men showed up, they're like, "Oh shit, we need to kill those motherfuckers." It's like,
Right.
you know, but
Yeah.
but it was just it was one of those things where you kind of have to look at the context of how a movie is made, and you go,
Yeah.
dude, this would be, especially if it's a real movie, or if it's based on something real. Whereas, like Harry Humphreys did Black Hawk Down. Well, dude, there's no lack of conflict there, because it's like, dude, shoot a fucking, you have one dude falls out, fast roping, falls out of the fucking helicopter, fucking fucks himself up. They have to fucking pull security on him, get him to a medevac. Then they have a fucking bird come in, get shot down. Then you have another bird get shot down. You have multiple dudes getting just the fucking living shit shot out of them. And that was some of the first real urban combat that any U.S. people had done, like, fucking ever.
Well, most stories need a little bit of, I don't want to say embellishment, but they need a little bit of context to be adaptable for film. So, like, I always equate it to, like, and this is something that calms my nerves when I'm watching it. I'm like, fuck this fucking piece of shit. Then I'm like, okay, it's a fucking movie. If they made it in real life, it's like if you watch a scary movie and you're like, man, there's this crazy dark mine shaft. We probably shouldn't go down that. Well, then you don't go down it and there's no fucking movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
I do that shit all the time where, people will fucking add, be like, dude, why the fuck did they do that? I'm like, you know why they did it?
There'd be no movie if you
Because
did
it's
it.
in the fucking script. It's like, and, but yeah, I mean, honestly, my job is trying to make something look as real as it can look in the context of how it's written in the script.
Yeah.
Right,
Because and I'm giving script notes going, hey, this wouldn't happen. And you have the writer or the producer, the showrunner, depending if it's a film or an episodic, coming back and going, well, sorry, that's how we have to fucking do it. You know, I'm like, hey, this guy wouldn't be a lieutenant in the military. Well, he is today, so that's how you got to fucking make it work.
All right, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that's one of those things where it's like, well, not that you're necessarily trying to make chicken salad out of chicken shit, but you're trying to make as many things fit the mold.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be something that's like, somebody's going to go, oh, why is that guy a lieutenant? And you're like, God damn it. You're like, But then at the same time, it's like, you try to make it look real, and you try and make it a good product as well. And I mean, and that's the thing for me, at least, that I find the most like rewarding is like, like, for example, like season 1 of Jack Ryan, when we had our guys doing all these fucking, like, all the movement and the way they wanted to shoot it was, they saw Zero Dark 30, and they're like, dude, we want to see a bunch of first person shit, which is through the eyes of a fucking set of night vision. We want to see those lasers everywhere. We want to see blah 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 blah, and all the major things that the director and the producer wanted to see is like, okay, I mean, we can make it work, but then. And then we're in this makeshift castle in Morocco with visible green lasers. And typically you only see one laser. You can see, unless you're running dual train, you're going to see maybe 2, maybe 3 lasers running point. And they're like, no, we need to see more lasers. And you just see shit everywhere. And you're just like
a light show.
Fucking hell. Like, I hope none of the bad guys have night vision. They'll be like, hey, who are those guys? Here comes a fucking porcupine with fucking lasers all over it. It's like,
that's a good point though, man. I think we get all wrapped up in that shit, but at the end of the day, as long as the audience is happy with it, that's a fucking win, man.
But I will say I'm not like you guys. I don't have the knowledge that you guys have. But when I see other actors not holding the gun properly, that pisses me off. Especially if it's someone that's supposed to be good with guns. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Like Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently he's horrible. But like for like, I hate it when I see like if they're holding like if it's like a federal, you know, and like they're holding the gun and like you see the top of the gun is like here.
There's like a bunch of room between their hand and the fucking beaver tail.
You're
like,
not gonna hit your shots.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's so easy to see when someone knows how to handle one. You're like, oh, okay, you know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
I was watching FBI once, and one of the guys, I know he shoots. Because he was holding his weapon and he's talking to the guy and he's like, don't do this, don't do this. And the guy just says, no, fuck you, I'm going to fire it. And he's just not even looking at his gun or like looking through his gun. He just shoots him like this.
Yeah.
But you could tell that he was holding it properly and he was really aiming. I was like, oh, this guy is legit.
Yeah.
He knows
I actually tried to get on that show because they filmed a bunch of it up in Budapest. I was like, dude,
yeah, the international.
Yeah, FBI International. I was trying to get on that show. I'm like, God damn it, because the camera guy, one of the camera guys was this guy, Bud Kremp, who was on it, who did The Last Ship.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, fuck, man, that'd be a good show to get on. He goes, we don't have a tech advisor. I was like,
oh, no way.
But it's like one of those shows. They're like, the reason they're filming in Hungary, because it's like, well, like it's not that it's cheaply made, but they're able to get more bang for their buck because they pay the crew less. They pay, everybody less money, and they don't bring a lot of people over from the States that they're going to have to fucking pay an ass ton of money or per diem or,
Stuff matters, dude. Yeah.
But those shows are great, though. I just did Chicago PD, and it's the same world.
Yeah,
It's the same realm, and it was a blast.
Didn't I think it was you, or either that, or I know somebody else that just shot Chicago PD. One of the ADs.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I told you about it, and you were like, oh, yeah, he was on The Last Ship.
Yeah.
And then I sent you a picture of me and you.
Okay.
Yeah, me and him.
I'm making sure it was you. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, just piqued my interest there. But
that was so fun, dude. That was great.
So that dude actually lives in San Diego.
But now he moved over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, he's got a house in Montana, too. He's got like a...
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. He's so cool. I love him.
Yeah.
He was so dope. Because on set, I talk a lot to everyone. I'm like, oh, so because I'm passionate about it,
Yeah.
So first ADs sometimes are like, you need to shut the fuck up. You need to go back to your chair. Just wait until.
Yeah.
But I'm
go
like,
sit in your trailer, bitch.
Yeah, straight up.
You're
But I'm like, I get to set. I'm never in my trailer. I'm on set. I'm like looking at everything. I'm looking at what cameras are using, what lenses and shit. And he was always like, yeah, do you, bro? You're good. So I was like, I had to thank him at the end. I was like, dude, thank you so much. You're dope.
Yeah,
bro. He was fucking great.
Yeah.
You guys want to take a quick break?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's do it. We're back.
Yes,
Back,
sir.
baby.
So, like I was telling Mo, I didn't shut any of these cameras off between clips or between for the break, but this got to be like our third episode that we haven't downloaded yet.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, fuck, man,
Stacking
we have
up.
so much goddamn footage on these things. But yeah, what the fuck were we talking about when we went on break?
Okay, so then I'm in LA for pilot season. I'm not auditioning, but I'm auditioning for shit back in Montreal.
Oh,
through
right,
my
right,
Montreal
right.
agent.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, this is dope. Okay, cool. She's like, yo, this show, Jack Ryan, and it's gonna be filming in Morocco also, and you'll have a bunch of days, and it'll bring you back home for a little bit. I was like, you know what? I haven't auditioned out here. Fuck it, I'll do it. So I audition, I book it, and then they're like, yo, you'll have to have military training. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. And I think we were playing Delta Force. I think my unit was Delta Force or something like that. I'm pretty sure
I'm trying to remember who they actually had as. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, right?
It was supposed to be Delta in the original script.
Yeah. So we were basically Delta Force, and so they're like, yeah, so you're gonna get trained, and then I think it's like April 1st, and I'm still in LA, and they're like, yeah, here's the script, and you're gonna travel back home, and your training is gonna be Wednesday, April 4th. So I'm like, all right, cool. And they're like, you'll meet the guy who's gonna train you. He's gonna be in the cafeteria or whatever. He's gonna be waiting for you. I'm like, all right, cool, perfect. So I go back home. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm back in Montreal. Grab my shit. I go to the studio. And like there's a PA who's like, okay, cool. So you'll just go this way. And then the guy's name is Kevin. And he'll teach you some stuff. I'm like, all right, cool. And he points. And then I see a bunch of tables. The only dude that's sitting there, I see him from the back. He's big dude. Big dude, big hair, tattoos. And he's just sitting like this. And I just see his back. I'm like, holy shit. I'm from Montreal, I'm like, I've watched, the movies that we said, fucking Navy SEALs and stuff. I was like, oh my God, yes, I'm gonna see a fucking real Navy SEAL. It's gonna be crazy. So I walk up to him, hi, I'm Moe. Hey, I'm Kevin. I'm like, oh, cool. And fast forward 10 minutes later, I'm like, he said a lot of gay shit in 10 minutes.
He's getting started.
What the fuck is happening? Like, what the fuck is...
Like, shake his hand right off the bat. Wow, you got really soft hands. Like, what the fuck?
I was like, oh, what? And I'm like, yo, this is like football. I'm like in the fucking locker room. Like, this guy just keeps fucking, he's roasting me. He's talking shit. I'm like, I can get with this, you know? And then it was dope, dude. Like, you fucking, we had airsofts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so, like, I was doing shit, and to me, I was like, oh, yeah, I always love action movies, love guns. And you were like, yo, what are you doing? Like, this is not correct. I was like, oh, shit, okay. But I remember I told you, and you gave me such a great compliment. You were like, because I was like, yo, I treat me like I don't know anything about guns because I don't, but I'm a quick learner. Because for me, it's like first-time student, second-time master. Yeah. So, and you were like, you showed me some stuff, and then I did shit, and then 5 or 10 minutes in, you're like, you're right, you're a very quick learner. I was like, oh, fuck, yes, I'll take that shit. And so we did some stuff, and it's so funny because on my phone, I still have videos of me clearing the cafeteria.
Yeah, I got some good videos of I can't remember if it was Jean Frenet.
Oh, yeah.
That was the stunt coordinator.
Yeah, he was,
in Montreal. He was filming some stuff, and he sent me later on, but...
Oh, yeah, right. It was him that was filming it. Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, but it was cool, man. I mean, honestly, when I train actors and stuff, it's funny because I watched a documentary not too long ago. It was about when they made Platoon. It had Dale Dye and my buddy Rock Galati. He was one of the advisors on the show, and now he's an armorer. And he does a lot of stuff. Like he's on Lioness and some other stuff. Like he still does a lot of work in the film industry. He did a bunch of the Matrix movies and like he's a great guy. And I've been around several films where like I was supposed to go do The Outpost. And this was probably like 2017, probably like 2018. And I was gonna have to cut season 2 of Jack Ryan short to fly out to wherever the fuck they were filming it, like Bulgaria or some shit. And they were like, yeah, we want you guys to like put these guys through a boot camp. And I'm like what kind of boot camp? Does that mean? Yeah. You know? They're like, well, we want these.
You through a boot camp?
They wanted me to put the actors.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, all right. I'm like, what do you mean?
Let's get those pants off.
Yeah. Well, and then I look at a lot of these films, and not to say that it doesn't have merit, because like when Harry did Black Hawk Down, he goes, yeah, I broke these guys into squads, and I always communicated to them as their actor's name or their character's name, just to kind of get them going. And the same thing too, like Band of Brothers, same guy, Dale Dye, who like he was probably one of the first tech advisors of in the industry of somebody who's military tech advisor who really kind of started shit off in the industry and kind of set the precedence for how things are done. And he kind of really broke shit down, and they kind of literally like dudes are out there sleeping with their fucking heads in the dirt and like doing literally doing fucked up shit,
infantry shit.
Yeah. That like on Platoon, they were like, yeah, man, they would literally go on patrols and they lay up and did like bivouac, and they're sleeping under fucking poncho line or under ponchos and in the fucking pouring rain. I think they were filming in like the Philippines or something. And same thing too, like fast forward 30 years or whatever, and he's the tech advisor on Band of Brothers, and he literally was kind of doing some of the same shit. Which does have merit, but I've never done any of that shit to any of the shows I've been attached to. Which, granted, I don't think I've ever been the tech advisor to any show that's like that tells a story like a Black Hawk Down or something to where there's like hundreds or even like 50 soldiers. like most of the stuff that I've done is literally like, okay, we've got a cast of like 10 dudes that are.
You got more one-on-one type stuff.
Yeah. So that's one of those things to where when they were telling me, they're like, yeah, we really want you to put these guys through a boot camp and like, take them out and like, like on a camping trip, and they're essentially spending the night in a tent and like building a campfire. And I get the camaraderie part of that, but I'm all about showing these guys how to handle a weapon and how to explain how the script breaks down and explain stuff like, okay, hey, this is a private, this is a corporal, this is a sergeant, this is a staff sergeant, this is a captain, this is a major, basic shit like that, to where they understand who's who. But in terms of like taking somebody and like putting their head in the dirt and doing shit like that, to where like, yeah, you guys need to kind of you have to be exposed to be like essentially a kick in the fucking nuts just to make you a better actor. Trip. It's like, dude, no. It's like, I mean, you should bring your A game anyways. Like, I'm not gonna show you how to be a better actor than you're already gonna be. A good point. Like I can definitely show you some little tricks of like how certain dudes would like maybe hold their gun if they're just sitting around on their ass and doing stuff.
That's also the actor. It's the actor's job to ask you.
Yeah, 100%.
Like.
Yeah, and I will say that was one of the cool things about when I did that Spike Lee movie when we filmed out in Thailand. We did the Five Bloods, and dude, those guys, Delroy Lindo, dude, there's like
Chadwick Boseman?
No, Chadwick was only out there for a couple of weeks.
That's true, yeah.
Peters, what the fuck's his first name? Anyways, dude, really fucking great actors, and they would kind of pick our brains, like, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And like, how about this? And a lot of it was flashbacks towards Vietnam era stuff, and so a lot of that I would kind of defer to Harry to put out some of that stuff. But and I will say, because tactics back then were so archaic and just kind of not really established. I mean, you had soldiers that were, first of all, they're being drafted, and you go to boot camp, and most of the shit, it's like a fam. They're like, okay, here's how to shoot a fucking M16, and dudes are like,
and if you're in like the regular army too, it's not a whole lot of like.
And that's the thing. It's like, dude, you're fucking infantry, and it's like,
point your gun that way.
Yeah, it's like, hey, fire from here. It's not like they were, even if they did get into a lot of the mechanics and the whys of, like I'm sure a Marine Corps rifleman was probably a little bit better equipped or established than, say, your basic whoever in the Army that's just kind of brought in and like, here's your fucking gun. Okay, that's the bad end. Point that direction. Not to say that these guys were not that they didn't know what the fuck they were doing by the time they got to Vietnam and stuff, but I'm just saying, when you look at how tactics are now and like how many like dudes that go to ranges on a daily basis. I mean, you have, like we were talking about, dudes that are on like influencers on Instagram, and you see dudes that are in armor and like just doing shit over and over and over, and like all the repetitions, and
some of those guys are really good, man. Like Lucas Botkin's fucking G with that stuff.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh yeah, who's that?
That's a YouTube guy. But I mean,
really?
People give him shit for, you're never military, never. Like the guy's great with a gun.
Yeah.
He's fantastic with a gun. Great movements, like on point. He's a great shooter. I'm like, dude, what's the drawback to that? I'm like, we should have more of this in America.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
People competent with weapons. People who are like that you trust, that really know the way around it.
Yeah.
Like, that's good.
And to seek out other people to train and stuff, They're just like, hey, man, it's like, I have time this week. Like, why don't you go hit up this dude? He knows what the fuck he's doing. He runs a training, whatever, and he'll teach you how to.
Same thing with the airsoft, man. Like people are like, airsoft's bullshit. I'm like, man, that's a great training tool. If you can't actually live fire, it's a fucking phenomenal training.
Did you
tool.
see the Japanese like #1 airsoft dude came to America to, I forget the guy's name, but he's a YouTuber like with guns and stuff. And so the Japanese dude was his first time holding weapons and everything.
I heard about this.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
And he was still good.
Oh, yeah.
He's still really, really good.
Yeah, because the only thing you have to change at that point is just recoil management.
Exactly,
Which is a little bit of grip, some trigger squeeze. But that's a much easier task to learn that than the whole weapons manipulation and flow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so he's got a leg up for sure, man. It's the most similar platform to, and the great thing is too, like one of our buddies, Mike Mahalski from Sons of Liberty Gunworks, has a phenomenal gun platform coming out. Super cool. So they now have an airsoft replica of that. It's just a cool thing, man. So if I think it's great if you want to get good at a platform, and you can't always bring your full weapon out to your family around or whatever, and you don't want to be practicing with your family around with a real gun, dude, bring your airsoft rifle out.
Is
you
it
can
the
get all
same
your
size? Same weight?
Yep, same size,
Same weight?
functions, everything. It is identical. Like some of these guns, you really have to take it and inspect it to make sure.
Oh,
that
what?
Yeah, it's pretty
How much are they? Are they expensive?
between $400 for a cheap one to $1,500 for an expensive one. I
But
think.
I want my $1,500. Just you can get a real
real gun,
though.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's good. But I mean, it's I think there's a time and place for it. It
right?
does
Okay.
work, man.
Yeah.
And people talk shit
cool.
about it, or just kind of fuds about it,
I think you can talk
works.
shit when it's competitions where it kind of looks like paintball. But it's where airsoft guns and they run and they shoot it. It's there's not really. It's
Paintball's a
tactics
different
for
animal.
that,
Yeah.
but not tactics in real life. Kind
Yeah,
of.
you see some of those airsoft, or not even airsoft, some of those paintball competitions where dudes are literally just double trigger finger, and they're literally just dumping paintballs, and they're hiding behind, they're hiding behind shit that an inflatable, whatever the fuck, and it's
I mean, it's good for that sport. For that sport, it's cool.
Yeah.
But they have the same thing for airsoft. And it's a little bit the same thing. It looks like you're playing Call of Duty, like you're slide canceling around corners.
Yeah.
But
and
the
stuff.
similarities between airsoft and real tactics and paintball and real tactics, I'm not an expert on either.
Yeah, I would think airsoft's a little more realistic.
Yeah, right?
Much more aligned with the realities of it.
Yeah.
Paintball's its own thing. It's great. I mean, it's definitely better than nothing. But it's a lot of it doesn't transfer over as effectively.
So what do they use in military overall? Do they use when they do drills?
A lot of blanks.
Really?
Blanks. They also have these little things, blue cartridges or whatever. I forget what they're called, but you'll change out the bolt. I think sometimes the barrel, and you'll put these different magazines. But you have your real rifle, and it'll shoot these little paintball bullets out of it.
Okay.
Which sounds great, but they jam.
Well,
all the time.
sim rounds.
Sim rounds. Yeah.
So they have sim, and then we actually have blue bullets, and then there's this other thing called UTM, which is a lot like sim. But dude, you hit one of those fuckers, they hurt.
But so it's a good way to learn not to get shot. I guess.
It's definitely.
Yeah, yeah. Sim is it shoots this tiny little bullet. It's like a 9mm round. It's tiny. It's got soap in it, so it'll mark you.
Okay.
And they have blue ones and they have pink ones. It's sometimes you want to go force on force. It's
You can see who shot
you see who shot you type shit.
But, that's really cool.
Yeah, but it's weird, man. We used to use sims a lot, and if you get shot for me to Ryan, it fucking hurts, man, and it'll fucking welt up, and you'll have a black and blue, it'll not draw blood, but it'll leave a fucking bruise on you.
I imagine you have to wear glasses. During this training?
Yeah.
Typically, you wear a full face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you get shot in the fucking face, man.
Just here with hurt.
Yeah.
But so is it weird for you guys to? I mean, if you did the same training too, that you're aiming your gun at someone that kind of.
You don't really think about it. It's just training at that point. I mean, and
so you don't even think about it.
Well, there's also some very clear things hey, you're super specific about no live mags, no real, and you can't even. It won't even go through the gun anyway. It won't cycle.
Well, the other thing too
the sim rounds, they hit you, right?
It's just fun.
Yeah.
You don't really because you're not killing the person.
Well, the other thing too
That's
is typically
interesting.
when you're training, the people that you deem as op 4 or your opposing force, they're not wearing the same shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, they're dressed
So
differently.
like if me and Ryan were going against each other, so like we show up at a big mount town or a bombed out facility, like we're not going to be dressed in tan digital camis and the same shit that we would like
you're
It'd be very confusing.
like we would have like if he's the op 4, then I'm dressed in everything I would wear normally. And like he would be wearing like a shamag and he would look like a Haji or he would look like somebody that's from Iraq or Afghanistan. So that you're not getting that muscle memory like oh, this dude's wearing a helmet like the one on the
that's a good point.
shelves over there.
You don't want to get in the habit of shooting.
That's why I was like, is that weird? But of course you would be dressed differently.
It's also like sparring in Muay Thai or like jiu-jitsu. Like you're both training. You're not trying to kill them, like you're both training to try to get each other
So
better.
there is a big difference when you're training versus like the real thing. Like there's an actual big difference.
Well, the tactics are the
same.
Yeah. Well, in a perfect world they're the same, but things go to shit.
Yeah. Well, we try not to as op 4. So like if
what does op 4 mean?
Opposing force.
Opposing
bad
force.
guys, basically.
So yeah. So as the op 4, you like I'm like if he's coming into a room with like 4 other guys, like I try not. We call it mud sucking or fucking the dude over. Like, because I've been in part of their team, I know what their tactics are.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, dude, I'm not going to, like, shoot outside a doorway and then once they come in the room, like, run outside and go into another room. And, like, we try to make the scenario to where it's, like,
someone who doesn't know the tactics.
To where it's like, oh, I don't know they're coming. And I'm sitting in a room and I'm just sitting there in a chair and I'm like, oh, I try to bring my gun up. And, I mean, if somebody doesn't address the fucking threat, then they might get shot, and then now like, okay, that's definitely a learning curve for them. Like, hey, you fucked up. You came in and you turned your back to a threat.
Yeah.
And I mean, we will definitely do that in terms of like setting up barricades and stuff like that, or a guy coming out of a closet or some shit that, to where it's like, okay, these dudes came in and they cleared a room, and then the dude that was supposed to hold on a legitimate threat. So, like, if we're in this room and somebody doesn't hold on that door, and then everybody just turns their back and starts walking out, and then
he comes out
and stitches them all back in the back, and they're like, "Hey, dude, what the fuck? You guys you cleared the room, but you didn't keep clearing."
Yeah, it depends where you're at in your training cycle, too.
Or at very least, hold on the threat.
Because the goal is to get guys to train. So if you just destroy everybody in the first minute, they're gonna be like, what the fuck, these tactics don't work. So you gotta
like you see the train coming from outside, the guy just drops a grenade out of the second story and blows everybody up. Fuck you. You're like,
and nobody learns anything.
Everybody's like, oh.
So you go through, you get the tactics down, you figure out what works. There's controlled opposition, and then but you will get to the point at the end, hopefully, where you do the mudsuck kind of shit, where you're shooting outside and you're just doing whatever the enemy's going to do with no rules. But you don't want to start out that way, because then you're like, what the fuck? But it is a good lesson that, like, hey, these guys don't fight by the same rules that anybody does. It's war, and we shouldn't be beholden to some of the same rules that we're beholden to all the time either.
What is the tactic to... if someone puts their gun out or shoots and you guys are in the fucking hallway?
Don't be in the hallway.
How the fuck do you get to the room?
Well, that's a whole separate thing.
You do like barricaded movement to where dudes aren't staying in a train in the hallway. You're actually barricading in the rooms.
So is there a signal that you guys would give each other for that?
There's different ways of doing stuff. So,
you'll get... We don't get too much into it, but it's like
we could tell you, but we have to kill you.
It sounds complicated, but it's really just common sense communication.
Of course,
you just figure out your signals, and then you decide what works. And it's not anything like...
You ever see that movie Navy SEALs with Charlie Sheen?
Of course,
it's not like any of that.
Apparently, it's like so many other, like, it's like 10 Navy SEALs careers into one movie. Basically,
dude, that was such a fucking awesome movie. Which it was on. I shot a little video of the opening the other day and sent it to Ryan and Nick, because it was on TV. I want to say Friday. And I was sitting in the man cave watching it, and it's like it's in 1962, John F. Kennedy created unconventional warfare. You know, it has the whole fucking thing, and it's like, today they are called, and it has like the ramp go down on a plane. You see like the sun coming up. It's like Navy SEALs, and you're like, yeah.
Like that made the most Navy SEAls in the world, I guess.
It's probably like Top Gun and like fighter pilots.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
The thing is, like, we make fun of it because, like, it's not
cheesy.
It's not Top Gun.
It's cheesy,
it's super cheesy. But it's like it's so cheesy that it's good.
Of course, yeah.
And the thing too was one of the writers of that movie, Chuck Farrer, was.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know if that's how you pronounce his name, but he was a team guy.
Mm-hmm.
And
wow.
Yeah, he was one of the guys that did the screenplay. But it was one of those things where. There's so many cheesy lines in there, you know.
You just have to love it, dude.
It's like, hey, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Like, trust me with your life, but never your money or your wife. It's like when the dude he calls the command duty officer and has the captain or have Lieutenant so and so paged, and so they page Michael Biehn's character, and he's like, oh fuck, I guess I gotta go, and then like. Charlie Sheen sits down with the reporter. It's so fucking funny, dude.
Yeah.
So it's just so fucking cheesy. Or with Bill Paxton's character, the sniper, God. You know, like, I got nothing on Starlight. Switching to thermal. Like, you're going to be able to see through fucking buildings.
He's gonna X-ray
like, you're going to see through walls. Like, I know it's a thermal scope, but you're not seeing through a fucking wall with that shit, you know?
Funny.
Maybe the new stuff they have, but... Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
The thing with
dude.
our community is like there's so many like movies that try to be so serious about it, and there's some good ones. I mean, you know, whatever definition of good is, but I never watched any of them because like I just hate that we take ourselves so seriously all the time. Like that's what I love about the Navy SEAL one with Charlie Sheen. Like it's just fun, dude.
Yeah.
It's just like 80s fun.
Yeah, there's no movie where
jumping off the bridge.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. They take it very seriously.
Dude, I remember like my first platoon, we would do these CSAR missions where they would get especially out in Guam when we were deployed, we would do training in Guam, and we would get some pilots from Anderson Air Force Base is like the north end of the island of Guam, and we would get pilots to come down because they need training and we need training. So we're like, oh yeah, come down. We'll do some CSAR training to where we have to like roll in. Like these dudes are being held by
combat search and rescue. So like you're
yeah,
for
it's like down pilot
stuff.
shit.
Yeah.
So like the dude has been shot down and now he's held captive and I just remember a couple times where we had these guys. These I think they were Air Force. They might have been Navy pilots, but they're sitting in like we have these Connex box out in the middle of the fucking jungle, and this is like our target, our building. And I think I was playing Op 4 and we're sitting out there and like, the dudes are going to come in and fucking shoot us. And I just remember we like fall down. But I remember one of the dudes in my platoon, he like goes up to the pilot and he's like, we're Navy SEAls. We're here to get you out. And I was like laying on the floor, and because that's from the movie.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. And so I'm laying on the floor. I just start laughing, dude.
That's great.
It's so cheesy.
Navy SEAls are here to get you out.
Like he made you break character.
Oh, dude, I was like,
awesome.
oh shit, that's fucking funny, dude. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But every community has those little things.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like football's got Rudy and all the
Yeah,
other stuff.
exactly.
Yeah, there's so many just cheesy fucking one-liners though, and like the dude's in the helicopter. He's like, I don't know how to thank you enough, Captain. He's like, don't thank us. This never happened, or whatever. We were never here.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
I gotta watch that again just to get a refresher on the
oh,
lines.
dude, like I said, I watched the other day. I even recorded it because I'm like, oh, dude, I'm gonna watch this whenever I want. I recorded it and like, oh man, there's so many funny one-liners, dude. Like,
that's great.
Fucking Charlie Sheen's character, like dude, at the very beginning, he wakes up and the chief is supposed to be getting married. Like Charlie Sheen wakes up and he's like
on the beach,
right?
with a stripper shoe.
yeah, he's all
like, that checks out. Yeah,
I have to watch it again. I haven't watched it in so long.
Yeah, it's so good, dude.
We used to have our buddy Mikey Sowers. Him and I were roommates for a long time, and we would go out to the bars and all these chicks, because a lot of chicks don't know it.
He would walk up and go, we're Navy SEALs. We're here to get you out.
Of the bar.
And she would go,
Of the bar.
I believe you.
Yeah, but all these chicks would be like,
Beat it,
oh,
nerd.
I want to date a Navy pilot, you know, because they saw Top Gun or something.
Oh.
He'd always have this line where he's like, yeah, I tell you what, there's not a lot of Tom Cruises in the pilot community, but there's a lot of Charlie Sheens in the SEAL community.
No shit.
Which is
That's
fucking true, though,
funny.
man. I wonder what Chuck Farr, I wonder who he based Charlie's character on. That would be interesting to find out.
Yeah.
Maybe on Charlie Sheen.
Possibly. Well, that was before Charlie Sheen was Charlie
Became
Sheen.
Charlie Sheen. Yeah, that's true.
But they could not have picked a better person for that role. Though.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the headliner. He was billed as number one on that movie.
Was he?
Yeah.
That was a
I
He was
honestly
big.
would have thought it would have been
Michael
Bean,
Bean
but-
because of Terminator, right? That was right after.
I think so.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a
Was that 89?
He had a career, yo.
Something like that. Probably in the late 80s, early 90s. Let me look it up.
But there needs to be like a Top Gun Maverick for the Navy SEAls, you know, like the second fucking
Dude, that'd be hilarious.
dope.
That'd be
because
awesome. dude.
Maverick
Yeah.
is so great.
That was good.
Do we have
Wow.
Charlie Sheen plays like the Admiral? or Charlie Sheen plays an 06 that can't make fucking
make
Admiral, just
Admiral,
like
dude.
fucking
Yeah, Top Gun. Yeah,
Tom,
yeah.
Tom
Maverick's
Cruise, you
character,
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That would be funny, man. Ooh, I wonder. Now I want to go in and ask AI to make a script just for my own enjoyment.
Right, of
what
Navy
would this-
SEAls 2.
What would this look like?
Yeah, right?
That'd
Yeah.
be funny. Yeah, we were talking about this on a previous episode with
Yeah, it says 1990 is when it released.
Oh,
so
wow.
it was probably made in the late 80s,
So
89.
we were talking about how AI eventually, like probably in the next 3 years, you'll be able to do that. Like, hey, you know Navy SEALs, you know Maverick, the movie being the sequel to Top Gun. Make me a movie with Charlie Sheen as a sequel to Navy SEAls, and it'll make you your own fucking movie.
It'll make it, but it won't. It's not.
There's so
gonna
many
be very like real, like
I think they're
human-like,
trying to do
you
that
know?
now with a lot of shit, and it just
It's going to be so. I think it's going to be almost impossible to add like. So I went to UCLA for screenwriting after I did season 3 of Ted Lasso. I was like, okay, I want to learn how to write now, and every time you write something, you're putting your own life experience,
Some
in
soul
it.
into it, yeah.
Yeah. This is a bit of a tangent, but like I was listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson,
Yeah.
and he was like, if tomorrow all of the scientists die, the new scientist will be able to do everything that they've done because it's just
Everything's
real.
written down.
It's
Yeah.
already, not
Yeah.
even the written down part. It's just science.
Yeah.
It's already there. You just have to find it. You just have
proven,
to
yeah.
you just have to prove it again, and you'll find it. But no one will ever be able to write the story that you want to write because there's only you that can write it through your perspective.
yeah.
So it makes it so like, what is the?
Probably get close. But yeah.
It's like what is AI gonna like? I'm a black Jew called Mohammed. There's literally what is the AI on every page I write? There's something about my life experience.
Well, AI is just replicating what it
Wait,
thinks
it's
gonna
we
replicate
are.
that-
You're not
the-
really a black Jew anymore.
Yeah. Trust me, bro. So it's kind of like, like it's like I don't think that it'll ever be able. You might be like, okay, so I'm gonna put in the prompt, make it about like it's Navy SEALs Charlie Sheen, but Charlie Sheen has a kid, and he only finds out in the second act, and
Yeah.
make the kid die or something.
I think you could definitely go in there
and
and say, hey, make me a scene that's protagonist A and antagonist that's this. And it will write you something, and then you have to go in there and like tweak a bunch of
you'll
shit.
still have to do some work.
Yeah, yeah.
And then go, okay, that's pretty good. Now let's build on that scene. Now, whatever
think
Chat GPT, I need another scene that is
But
blah blah
we
blah
might
blah
get
blah.
to the point where you can create your own, almost like choose your own adventure, which we talked about. Have you guys seen the Seinfeld Instagram that has like it's phenomenal, man. So it's a single post, and it's like, George discovers somebody living in his attic, or it's like one or two sentences, but it's exactly what you would expect a Seinfeld episode to be like. It's been going on for years, and it's fucking phenomenal.
Really?
Like, I wish they made these episodes because they're so fucking.
Is it
hilarious.
like a cartoon or is it
No, it's
AI?
just it's a single post written of like a couple sentences.
Oh,
and
it's
the whole show.
it's like a
what
it's
it
a
would be.
screenplay. It's not actual a video.
No.
No,
yeah.
Oh,
but
okay.
it's a couple sentences
Okay.
in one little square.
I think for
It's
that
wild.
it's cool, but I don't think a whole entire thing.
Well, I don't mean
like,
from the writing, but I think you could say, hey, immerse yourself in all of the Seinfeld
Oh, yeah, no, of
lore,
course. You-
and then you have that prompt, and
Yeah.
then make me an episode based on this, and it'll do it. I think we're only a couple years away from doing that.
I disagree.
That'd be amazing.
I think it might you might watch it and be like, this is soulless. Like the best example is a buddy of mine went to the theater and he watched his friend, who's a girl, perform. The whole play is about two people getting like splitting, like it's a breakup. He knows his friend, so he knows her. So at the end of the play, he goes to ask her. He's like, "Yo, your performance was fucking insane. Like, and at one point you were like this, and I just felt for you, and like it broke my heart." And she's like, tonight my choice for my performance was that I was pregnant, and so I was
Interesting.
pregnant, but breaking up with him. It brought me to another level because I was like, I don't want to be with this man anymore,
Yeah.
but I have his child.
Yeah.
That is nowhere in the script. It's just in the performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is AI going to do something like that?
Well,
like you
I
can
think
put prompts, but like you'd have to think about it. Like it's like,
Well, the AI stuff is now it is pretty cheesy, but it'll get better. But I think it comes down to what we talked about earlier. Is like as long as the audience is happy with it,
Yeah.
I mean that's what
Well,
everything.
and that's a
comes down
good
to.
point too, because like if you just say read his fucking screenplay from Seinfeld, not say you're reading it for the first fucking time, you've never seen a single episode. I'm sure it says Kramer enters.
yeah.
But how does Kramer enter? Like you've watched the fucking
Oh, yeah.
show,
Oh,
and you
that's a
see him
good
fucking
point. Yeah, that's a
stumble
good
in there.
point.
Well, that's the thing. You have to know you have to
Yeah.
be intimately familiar with it. So
Yeah.
you already see in your head.
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
just
yeah.
frame it. You already
Yeah.
know exactly how it plays out.
Yeah.
That's such a good point.
But
Yeah,
there's so many.
I'll have to find it on the next break. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's fucking.
But there's so
crazy.
many different things that are left to the actors acting, which is and the director's discretion
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Because
There's
the director
so
may
much
just
shit.
go. I mean, imagine if that director would have seen Kramer walk in the first time and
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, you
and
can't do
he was
that.
like, "What are you doing,
Dude, best
like,
example.
No, I just want you to walk in.
Best
And he'd be
example
like,
is Johnny Depp on Pirates of the Caribbean. That shit was not on the page.
Yeah.
he was a super like good looking dude who comes in and says this and he came in like drunk and all fucked up on the first
Oh, it
take.
was iconic, man.
And they were
Yeah.
like,
It was
what the
perfect.
like at the end they yell cut and silence for like minutes because they were like,
That's what made the movie.
yo,
It
Yeah.
it
made
makes the
character.
fucking
Yeah.
movie.
And that is the fucking thing too. It does paint the picture of screenwriter, director,
yeah.
producer, actor.
Yeah.
There's so many facets to
That's the magic. Of
to
it.
everything.
It's the magic of it. It's all
and
of our
no,
experiences.
and no one's seeing it through the same lens
Yeah.
as you. And that's what you said before. Like, dude, AI or somebody else could write a story, but no one is going to write it the way that you could have
through
wrote
your
it.
perspective.
True.
And
Yeah.
everybody has their own perspective. Like, if I wrote something right now and hand it to you and you read it and be like, yeah, dude, that's fucking rad. And like, I see, abandoned fucking cabin and I guess also too, it does depend on the screenwriter. Cause I've seen some screenplays where it's super fucking vague.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
a house in the woods.
All right.
And then you see another screenplay and it's like,
They described the trees.
Yeah.
Like and just because
Yeah.
they describe the trees, it's on the East Coast.
Yeah.
So right away, like,
Abandoned-
it's on the East
yeah,
Coast. It's in
abandoned-
the winter.
Yeah.
You like
exactly.
you're
very
picturing it,
descriptive.
Yeah.
And it's like, abandoned 1930s style fucking
Yeah, yeah.
log cabin with
So when you
no
guys are
windows.
working, that's a
and
good point.
you're
When you
like,
guys are working, which do you prefer?
I like big time descriptions.
yeah, more descriptive the
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
You
Are there
know?
other roles in the industry that prefer more of a broad take on it?
Well, it depends because it depends what department. If it's like the ladder that you said, like log a cabin and all that, the art department person is like, I have to build this.
Yeah.
So now you just told me everything I need.
Yeah.
But if not, I'm gonna have to call it like, hey,
it's
what
more work.
kind of cabin?
The production designer, the production designer, and the art department.
Yeah.
They want it as descriptive as possible,
So you're trying to pull that vision
and even
out.
then,
Yeah.
they're fucking making something and doing a show and tell. Whereas with me, if somebody's writing something that's for the military, and if they know what the fuck they're talking about,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
which
if
is great.
you're writing it, you're gonna be super descriptive.
Yeah, but if they don't have they're like, oh, a group of Navy SEALs are marching in formation. You're like, nope.
in combat formation,
Yeah, you're like these guys look like a bag of dicks because we don't fucking march.
They're not good at marching.
You know? So, yeah, it's different. And I think another thing, too, is having a director. I think a director, I don't know, man. It's fucking weird. I think having somebody who writes a screenplay and then wants to direct it himself, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. As a screenwriter who's going to direct something himself, I don't think they have to be as descriptive because they know
They already have the
they
vision.
already have the
Yeah,
vision.
know,
But
yeah.
somebody that writes something and they know someone else is going to direct it, I think they're going to add way more
time.
Yeah,
things
that
to
makes
it because
sense.
they want their vision to be made.
Yeah.
So they're like, fuck, man, I can't put a bunch of vague shit down and leave it up to the discretion of a producer or some random
So do you
director.
think
to
books
just,
make really good screenplays, or do you think there's a big
Yeah.
gap there and they're hard?
No,
to,
yeah.
it depends. Like the way Jack Carr writes shit, it's very descriptive, even down to like, he grabbed his half-faced blade, fucking blah 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 blah, like in camouflage with a flaming dick on the side of her. You know, you're like,
I know
what the
that dick.
fuck? I've seen that knife. You know. But yeah, but then other times I think you probably, I don't know, I don't read enough to be able to distinguish between.
I can guarantee you could tell right away, like, oh, this guy is going to direct this. Because there's going to be a lot less descriptions, and you're like, he's saying things like, we see, or Dolly left.
Oh, right.
So you know he's
okay.
writing, he's even writing for his
own
cinematographer.
notes.
Yeah, he's writing the camera moves in there.
Yeah.
So it's
We
like,
see
okay,
this
push
and
in
that's
on
it, yeah.
fucking.
That makes sense. Because if you're doing a speech or something and you know it, you just write some bullet points on your
Yeah.
hand. But if you're reading somebody else's speech, like you got to write the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
But so, dumb question, but bringing it to you guys, how do you think the military is going to do with AI now? Like with drones and shit like that? Is
I
it
think
like...
Lucky Palmer's on the tip edge of that, dude. From what's his company? Not Palantir, but
I don't know.
Anduril.
He's the guy that developed all the original.
Yeah, he did a
Oculus
podcast.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Really?
he's the origin of that, and he sold that company, and now he's got this new company, Anduril, which is basically a militarized version of that. But he's got AI, but the AI is great, but he's doing a phenomenal job of, number one, making it manufacturable. So there's no like super proprietary shit. So his goal is that we can, and I'm paraphrasing because Joe Rogan did a big podcast with him. So I was
Oh,
kinda
really?
keeping-
How
yeah,
long ago?
a couple months ago, I think. It was pretty recent.
Oh, shit.
And really good. That goes super deep on it. But the top line on this is like basically two levels to it. Number one, he's making it so that, because in World War II, one of the reasons that we were able to win the war is because all the war
What's the
machines.
guy's name? Lucky Palmer?
Palmer Lucky, I think.
Oh.
Same thing, though. Lucky Palms. And then, so we were able to win the war because we were able to manufacture, because we turned all our existing manufacturing base into manufacturing weapons of war.
Oh,
the problem we
shit.
have now is
We
most
don't
of
have
our-
any manufacturers.
Well, the problem we have now is none of our, or very little of our, munitions and war machines can be manufactured from an existing manufacturing base.
Okay.
Because they're all super proprietary and very difficult, like exotic materials and difficult to source and manufacture. So he's like, number one, we're going to make everything that we make able to be reproduced in American factories by, let's look at Ford, let's look at Toyota, let's look at what all these
He
manufacturers
was on in
are.
October.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
October
So
last year.
let's look at this and let's say when we design this product, let's make sure it's within the parameters of what their equipment can actually produce.
Oh, wow.
So that's a whole different thing. Very forward thinking. The second piece of that is that AI is super interesting. It can do a lot, but the problem is that the human brain and mind and the physicality of us can only absorb so much. So he's like, look, let's only give the human what it really needs. So his like battlefield thing, you've got like, two units approaching here, and they can't see this dude behind this obstacle here, but send a drone up, and now this drone or something over here, the one element can see that way, but these guys can't. So instead of saying over intercom, hey, we've got this people behind it, it can feed the video feed of that person with this person.
It's like information sharing.
It's literally Call of Duty. It's a
crazy.
UAV.
It's like information sharing proprietary like software to where now those guys that are seeing this obstacle, they're literally seeing through the obstacle.
Yeah.
No.
Because they can get the feed from the other guy's
from the other guy.
Oh, so you would see it in like something that you have?
It doesn't give them the feed from their perspective. It's like, hey, this is what it would look like from their perspective.
Yeah.
No.
It's like seeing a ghost on the other side, like literally like walking
Crazy
through a
stuff.
wall. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's next level.
Yeah.
So it's not just the AI, it's how he employs it, knowing the limitations of what a human can actually absorb. It's freaking amazing, dude.
Damn.
Yeah,
Which-
he does some crazy stuff.
I think that's the whole, at least part of the nut to crack with AI is like, okay, how do we share so much information
In a meaningful way.
to where it's like, because this drone is, that motherfucker over there doesn't need to know that the drone has 3 minutes left on station. I don't need to know every single thing,
Right.
but what pertains to me right now is like, there are people on the other side of that Connex box, and he's going to pop out right now. Boom.
Yeah, or maybe the commander needs to know and get fed that
Exactly.
information.
Yeah.
But maybe the other guy doesn't because he's
Yeah.
not on the scope. You
Yeah,
know? So,
exactly.
Yeah, but dude, it's pretty freaking wild. what
And that's
they're
one
able to
thing
do.
too with a lot of drones is there's a company. There's some team guys that have been working for this one company for a while, and I can't remember the name of it. I probably shouldn't say it anyways. And they were literally flying these drones like through buildings, like tiny drones, not like Reapers, like with the wingspan of like airplanes, like real huge airplanes. But they have like these tiny little drones that they're using to map out, like flying through like buildings and like offices.
I saw a SWAT
and,
team was using that the other day on entry.
and they
It's pretty crazy.
do the shit so many times where it's like they're mapping out things with these tiny little drones, and then you can upload the fucking software to these bigger drones that actually have capability to like fire
Oh my god.
and shoot and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you're uploading everything onto this other platform to where the thing, it's like, did you see the movie The Italian Job?
Yeah.
So there's the whole scene where they're mapping out the dude's house.
Yeah.
And it's
With-
like
with
3D
sonar or something, or with
yeah,
something. I forget what it was.
It almost looks like, I don't know what the fuck it looks like. It almost looks like an X-ray or like
Yeah,
some
yeah.
LiDAR or some shit to where they're mapping it out, and they're like, oh, we're going to have these little mini Coopers, and we're going to drive through the fucking house.
Mm-hmm.
And so they map everything out on like
That's right,
concrete.
they build it in the warehouse.
Yeah, but essentially that little video component of like that's what these little tiny drones essentially they're seeing.
They're
They're
doing.
mapping all this shit out, and like you're literally seeing something on like. I mean, it's 3D, but it's almost like 4D. You're seeing you're seeing behind shit because it's already been mapped out. So
Yeah,
you're not
yeah.
seeing it from a first person. It's just fucking weird, man.
It's like immersive.
It's
yeah.
fucking crazy.
It's going to change warfare, man. I mean, drones have already changed it, but I don't think
it's-
we've really done a good job of figuring out how exactly.
I feel
This is
like
next level.
it's going to be drones on drones at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, have you
Like-
seen also the new? Man, we're getting way off topic from movies. Well, maybe not because it comes back to Terminator. You remember? I think it might be one of Musk's new companies where they're coming out with these humanoid robots. I'm like, bro, that's
Terminator. Yes.
Right. It's literally,
Cyberdyne System Model T1000.
I mean, it's literally that. And these guys can
Polymetic alloy.
they can move, they can run, they can do backflips, they can manipulate, they can do everything.
Well, dude, they had that one that was walking.
Yeah.
And it like kind of tripped, and then they showed right beside it. It showed Biden walking and tripping, and it looked the same.
Oh shit!
I'm like, dude,
was
Biden a robot?
This whole
Well, then
time?
the next evolution of that too is like all these AI agents that are kind of stuck on the internet now because they can do anything that's plugged in, but they can't drive a car, they can't type on a keyboard, they can't turn a camera on. Well, now they have a humanoid form. Now they can. So now that's a whole different layer. Is that AI can interact in the real world, and AI can go play Call of Duty or GTA on us. Say a humanoid thing just wants to go rip a dude out of a taxi and fucking throw him off a cliff and drive the car around. Now it can do that.
Now it can.
Holy shit!
So we got reverse GTA.
Yeah.
But you know, Terminator. It's I think it's November 2nd, 2029.
Is it really?
Is that the date that it's supposed to
that's
happen?
the date. Well, it's 97, but the movie starts. Terminator 1 starts with November 2nd, 2029, and it's like the apocalypse already. Like, like Resistance is fighting robots. That's in fucking 3 years, bro.
Yeah, we're getting there, dude. It's a roadmap.
It's like what the it's literally we're literally on our way.
Yeah, dude, there's some insane stuff, man. I think like because one of the questions that are always fun to ask is like if you could be
the
alive.
Terminator timeline.
Oh yeah, what's that?
I think it's 97 is the apocalypse, and then 2029 is when like
Cyberdyne Systems went online in 97, I think.
That's it, yeah.
And then
Skynet went online.
Yeah. Does it say anything on there?
Yeah, it does. There's just a lot of shit though.
Yeah. But one of the
2029. Yeah, John Connor led the TechCom and won the war, but Skynet sent a T-800 Terminator back to 1984. That was in 2029.
Yeah.
Getting there, man.
Yeah.
Creeping up, dude.
3 years. In 3 years, yeah.
But one of the
May
questions
12th.
Oh, May 12th. Sorry, yeah.
One of the questions that's always fun to ask or to think about is if you could be born at any timeline, like past, present, or future, like which timeline would you want to be born in? Like Middle Ages or, the 1900s or whatever. And I'm always like, dude, I'm such a pussy with the heat. I'm like, anytime with air conditioning is good. But if you think about the timeline that we're in right now, there is so much crazy shit happening.
It's the beginning of that in 100 years they'll be like, it was around 2020 that
Oh, it's crazy because like 1914, whatever, the Wright brothers, other thing, and then you had World War I in 1915, you had World War II, 44 roughly, and then you had several wars, but you didn't really have the Industrial Revolution a little bit before that. But you didn't have anything for like 50 years other than a couple significant wars. And then, but you talk about
between World War I and World War II?
No, I mean other than the World War, but you didn't really have any like major changes, Like 1950 was very similar to 1940 other than the war. It was similar to 1930.
Yeah,
electricity was invented.
had like the Industrial Revolution and shit.
Right, but electricity is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Running water, flight was a huge thing. Automobile, all those were around 1900, 1920, right? Then you don't have
the Depression.
Yeah, well, then you don't have any major things
Yeah.
until like computers, 1990 something became
80s,
relevant.
yeah.
And now we've got accelerated.
Yeah, oh, you're
new
right, huh?
shit all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
That's true.
internet, e-com, like the complete reversal of so many things. Like, what a fucking wild time.
Yeah,
to be
it
alive,
really
dude.
is, yeah.
If I could come back, like, I don't know what the future is, but if I could be like,
Robot
choose the
sex
timeline.
dolls.
Yeah, I can't wait for those. If I could choose the timeline to be in, I'm like this and air conditioning, this is a good timeline. Yeah.
Yeah, but dude, I don't know if you guys done any deep dives on some of these fucking. I follow this one page on Facebook. I'm trying to remember. It's called the Y Files. That's what it is.
Oh, I love the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's got the
Wi-Fi
dude,
is
and he's got his stupid
great.
fish and the.
Oh, dude, it's awesome.
But dude, he
you don't
talks
know
about
it?
some.
No, I
it's
gotta check that
fucking
out.
crazy. He talks about some fucking crazy shit, and there's
Conspiracy
been,
theories, but
Yeah.
like it's awesome that like he'll tell you what it is, and he'll like all of the
yeah.
points, and you
Yeah.
believe you're 100%.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god, this actually happened, and then he's like, or did that happen?
Yeah.
And then he explains why it's not true
Oh, I
or
gotta
why
check
it's
that out.
But
There's
said
some fucking crazy shit.
He was on Rogan not long ago too, and he says straight up, he says because he can see where people stop watching the video. The moment he's like, "But did it happen?" falls off completely, and like so many people stop watching
Dude,
because they're like,
yeah.
"I want to believe," you know.
Dude, they're talking about like time travel.
Yeah,
They're saying some. It's not Reddit, but it's some. Maybe it is Reddit. There's some platform, some forum platform where some dude comes on. He's talking about how time travel was made, and the way the dude explains it, he's like, yeah, well, the Texas Instrument fucking, T-49 fucking blah 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 blah, and it uses reverse engineered fucking blah. I'm all like, what the? I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about, but he explains. He goes, well, there's theories that this is this and that, but they're saying there's a bunch of shit in there to where they're saying that mankind dies at like 2036 or some shit, like stops.
Yeah, wow.
They're like, yeah, this guy can only travel into the future, but he can only go he can't go further than 2036 or maybe it's 2056 or some shit. That's as far as they can go, and so they're like, And they're talking about going back in time, and they're saying, dude, it's fucking crazy.
But it's like subjects like Atlantis, where was it?
Yeah.
What was it? Like
I watched one
so
yesterday
many.
where it was talking about some kind of fucking octopus-looking thing in Antarctica.
Yeah.
All this shit in Antarctica.
A huge pyramid in Antarctica.
Yeah.
Also, it's.
You want to go down some fucking rabbit holes?
Oh, that's
bro.
a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But like, there's an episode about the moon landing, and he's like, he explains it as if it was faked. He's like, why they faked it, and then he's like, but did they? And then he explains why it would be impossible to fake it.
Yeah.
And it's
fucking crazy, man.
It's
like
great.
you literally spend hours on that. I'm like, what the fuck?
I love that stuff.
He was
man.
talking
It's
about
so
this
fun.
giant hole.
Oh
in,
yeah,
in like Oregon or something.
Yeah. And then the military came in and they blocked it and all that.
He's talking about this giant, like, it looked like a well. It was like, I don't know. It was like 14 feet across or some shit.
Is this the one that just basically had like no end to it?
No end. And his dog died, and so he wrapped his dog and he threw it down there.
His
The
neighbor.
next day, the dog is walking around. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it's like Pet Cemetery.
Oh shit!
But I'm telling you, like you'll waste
fucking
hours on
crazy,
this shit,
yeah.
bro. And then
Yeah.
like the episodes are like 30 to 45 minutes. Sometimes.
Yeah, clear your schedule. Because dude, you'll be like, oh.
There's some that are like
What's the next
missions
one?
to Mars. Like there's one that's like they found a body on the during the moon stuff. They found a body there, and it's a woman. And then like what happened? And like, bro, it's fucking.
There's so
great.
much shit
It's
where you're
so
like,
great.
what the fuck? And
I love this
and this
stuff.
And
one,
you believe it. You believe it.
Yeah, and there's this whatever that forum is. He keeps referencing with different shit. I'm all like, what the fuck? It's
Well,
like,
I think because I work like so, and probably a lot of people are like this too. Like, you work so hard, like I don't have time to focus on anything else. I'm like deep diving on my work, but then I come up and I need a little bit of like fucking like
just to
brain
turn your-
refresher,
yeah,
dude. Just turn my
that's-
brain off.
that's
Like,
it.
oh, that's interesting. Let me not think about what I was just thinking about for
Yeah,
hours.
dude, it's
Yeah.
and go totally
great.
separate.
well, it's
Yeah.
fucking. It's kind of demoralizing too because I think it was last night or night before. I actually went to bed. I would say relatively early, like 11:30, which normally I don't go to bed till typically after like midnight. But it was fucking weird. I was looking at my, if you swipe too far to the left on your fucking phone, it tells you like
The news?
how much. Yeah, you see all the news and shit, and all the. But then it shows you like how much time you actually spent on your fucking phone.
Oh, horrible.
Dude.
Horrible.
It was like 2.5 hours on like Facebook. I'm all like, what the fuck? And then I've been playing this other game too. It's like I
It's
don't
the
even know
worst.
what- it's
Yo,
like
it's the worst.
it's
bro.
like it's not ball sort, but it's some kind of fucking stupid shit like that where
Sweaty balls.
it's magic sort.
Magic sword.
Yeah, it's like you're literally like pouring shit in other containers.
Oh, is it one of those games? They're so addicting though.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Really
So like this
addictive,
shit.
man. Oh my god.
Oh, my wife.
I'm on
loves
level
it.
1,388,
Holy
bro.
shit. My wife loves those things because she works the same thing so hard on the
Yeah.
business, so she needs to just do Sudoku or some shit.
Yeah. I get it. Dude.
Well, I do that shit. I'll get home and I'll be like, I'll turn the TV on. I'll literally sit there like ball sort, and I'm like, And they'll get to a point where I start watching a series or something, and I get to a point where I'm like, wait, what the fuck am I? I'm not watching TV,
and you're not playing the game,
and I'm not playing the game.
That's
I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
But
You know?
I think you need those. Like, I think you need those times to like mentally check out too, because like life is like so involving.
Yeah, for sure,
yeah.
for sure.
You guys want to take a quick break?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, we're back.
Bazinga.
Wipers. So, I know on the break we were talking about like when we worked together on season 1 of Jack Ryan. Are you hearing me?
Yeah,
you're good.
Oh, okay.
It's unfortunate, but we can hear you.
I know, right? But yeah, it was fucking weird because like we did the whole piece inside of like a couple different houses and stuff. So it's so fucking weird. Like when you film shit on location versus doing like filming stuff in a studio. So we filmed a whole bunch of stuff at the studio in Montreal. So we filmed all of the interior scenes of the actual apartment that we're going to shoot in Paris later. And then we shot a bunch of stuff that was supposed to be another house, which was ultimately wound up being like a training exercise for, which is basically supposed to be like a mock-up house in like say Fort Bragg or something.
Right.
Like kind of like what they would build like for the Bin Laden raid. They build like this huge mock-up and then you go through there. And where I actually played the bad guy, I played the op 4, and so like they come in and I just like fall down and like I did my own stunt. I fell on a couch. I'm like, oh.
You got me.
Yeah, and it was fucking funny. And that was the cool part too, because we go in, and I don't know what episode of season 1 this is. Probably like episode like 6 or 5 or 6 or something. Come in, they kill me. I go down, and dudes go in. There's a bed, and then a couple different things happen, and then the lights come on, and then you can tell there's people in the catwalk, and that's when we were talking Johnny Hogenacker, Hoogs, who plays Matisse on the show, and like he's asking questions from the rafters. And I know you said something, or we called it clear, and then
it was about the who gets to take the blonde.
Yeah,
it was the mannequin, basically.
So they're asking a bunch of different questions and shit, and they're doing like a round robin of like, you know, I don't even remember some of the questions, but yeah, yours was the last thing. Like there was a mannequin sitting in the bed, like, hey, who gets to take the fucking blonde out of here?
That was in Montreal. Yeah, it was so weird because we shot a lot of those things in Montreal, and then you go to Morocco. It was Marrakesh.
And this is like months later, because like, I mean, dude, we're in Morocco. I want to say in June.
Yeah, but we filmed in April.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a long
this
time
is like
after.
3 months later.
Is that normal to have that separation for the same scene?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Can be.
Because it's all location based. It's all like, okay, we're going to do all the stuff here, and then we're going to go over there and then do all of the exteriors.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember in a movie, it's a bit of a tangent, but I did a movie, Red Part 2. Yeah, Red Part 2 with Bruce Willis.
I did Red Part 1.
Oh, no way. So I'm in the second one. But like, I play a Marine, and I'm like in Washington D.C. I'm in the Pentagon, and I'm like in front of a door, and so the camera comes in, and they see me, and then he goes, and then you follow the dude inside the room, and the director's like, it's perfect because you are the person that's gonna tell us that we're in the Pentagon, you know, like that you're in Washington and you're in the Pentagon because we see you're a Marine and you're in front. I was like, oh, that's so sick, that's great. So I go first day that he comes out, I go with a buddy of mine to go watch the movie. You see the Pentagon, and it says Washington, D.C., and then he's in the office.
So your shit got cut out.
Me out. They cut me out completely.
Motherfuckers.
And I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
Like, I had to learn very early, like, don't bring your boys and shit like that first day because you don't know what the fuck.
That is one of the things that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And that was my experience, too, with Transformers 4 because, dude, I was like, dude, I'm in this a lot. And then you see it, and you're like,
yeah,
where
they
the
cut
fuck
your
was
shit.
I?
Yeah, you don't know what they
Don't
keep.
blink.
You don't know what they keep. You don't know what moments they took from you, and then now it looks like your part is way bigger because you have all the reaction stuff, and it's like, whoa, like you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which camera angle they're going to use?
Yeah, you have no idea.
I mean, the camera could be on your back the whole fucking time. They're like, no, I swear that's me. And they're like, shut up.
Yeah.
Like,
So you just always have to
It's
be
the back of
on,
your head.
always on, and always know what's happening. How many cameras are there? Like, it's just that's a skill you have to have.
Yeah, I was in one of those Transformers things, and pretty cool experience. But I saw the movie, I'm like, I don't even know which guy I am in this fucking room.
It's tough. It's tough.
One of those dudes.
Yeah, and it's funny too because like the more you work, and at least for me, because I did that whole like 5 seasons of The Last Ship, and I'm behind the camera for almost all of it. You start to see how a lot of that shit works, and that was kind of my like master's degree in like learn how to be like a tech advisor and shit. So now anytime they do throw me like in front of the camera, which is so fucking funny, which I don't have a hard on to be an actor or anything. It's always fun to see yourself on camera, but it is fucking funny because I remember when we were filming season 2 of Jack Ryan, they made me this guy named Savage, but they missed I'm trying to remember the prop master. God damn it. I'll think of his name in a minute. Good fucking dude. He's Scottish. And he had written...
I remember him.
He had written
was so cool.
Savage. He'd written Savage on my like tape on the back of my body armor. But it looked like sausage.
That's great.
On accident.
Yeah. So it's so fucking funny. But even the camera guys were like, they're like, you motherfucker. They're like, you just, and the whole time, like anytime they're talking between like Krasinski and this the main bad guy who was like my boss is this actor named Arnold Vosloo, and he's South African. And he was the guy that played the mummy in the original Mummy with Brendan Fraser.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
And so this guy Arnold is really fucking cool guy, and I mean a very very personable guy. Like we should have him on the show. He's like really.
And he lives in L.A.?
I think so. He might have moved back to South Africa because I know he said he had like an ancestral home back there.
Oh, wow.
And he said he like goes back and forth, but I haven't talked to him in a while. I need to reach out to him, but he's such a good dude, and like they were the same hotel as us and stuff, and we sit and talk about shit, but like anytime him and Krasinski were talking, or anytime like just kind of be, and it's kind of what I tell anybody that's in the background that's holding a gun, like you're supposed to be like a guard, or you're supposed to be like a bad guy number 7, like the roles I typically
Just
get thrown in, like dipshit number 7 that's holding the gun. I'm like, dude, just kind of like balloon around. And it's honestly, you just stand there and you just kind of, you don't want to just stand there like a fucking, like a statue,
right?
but you just kind of want to just move around, and you're looking, not like, but
Naturally alert.
Kind of, you're a little vigilant. You're looking around. You're. And so every time I was just kind of moving around, and of course I worked with the crew for that whole fucking time, and like they would call cut, and then like the fucking the camera operators would come up, or even like the DP would be like, motherfucker, like, you know how to find the lens, don't you? I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm just like kind of moving around. I'm making sure I'm not stacked behind somebody where I'm being covered up, and they're like, yeah, we're like, oh, we got a nice 2-shot, and here comes Kevin. They're like, fucking,
but that's what you gotta do.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, but it was so fucking funny though. But yeah, that whole season 1 was awesome. That was kind of my first exposure with, was it like streaming, like shooting a streaming show? Because like you're saying, we shot a bunch of the interior shit, and then, dude, 3 months later, we're in another country shooting all of the exterior and some more interior stuff. But like shooting a show like that, it's not like shooting. It wasn't like shooting like on The Last Ship, because The Last Ship is like, it was an hour-long show and it would take 2 weeks to shoot an episode, but it's all the same director shooting everything, and you're going to like production meetings, and you're going to doing these show and tells with the prop masters and stuff. So during that 2 weeks, it's all about that one fucking episode. Dude, shooting a show like Jack Ryan, it's 8 episodes. It's like shooting an 8-hour movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's so much different. You're not just shooting your episode. So we shot portions of, episode 6, and they're like, oh, and by the way, there's another portion where we're going to shoot some of episode 5.
Yeah, it's block shooting. So you'll be like, okay, we're going to shoot 2 episodes at the same time, and like directors or like ADs sometimes will be like, yo, just so you know, you're walking in from this thing happened outside in the next episode, but we couldn't give you the script, so you don't know what the fuck
like, hey,
is happening.
this was episode 3 the last time we saw you, and now we're in episode 5, and they've told a whole nother piece of the story.
That's gotta be so complicated to piece together.
It's it's good on the script supervisor and the ADs keeping their shit together, because like when we went out to Morocco, it was like, hey, this is the very fucking big, this is episode 1, season 1, and this is what we're seeing. You're seeing like this giant like compound that the art directors had built out in the middle of Morocco in Marrakesh, and you're seeing these guys that are, you're seeing these prisoners of war, which are not prisoners of war, but they were basically like
detainees.
There was, it's like it was supposed to be like a CIA black site is what it was supposed to be, and it was like Syrian, supposed to be Syrian army people that are holding this thing down, and I mean, it was cool. And then there's a whole, like, you're seeing portions of like this episode 1 is like they attack this camp and they break this dude out of fucking prison and all this shit, and then it kind of sets the pace for everything that fucking happens afterwards. And that was the thing you saw. Like Krasinski gets in a fight with this dude, and like he's holding a gun, and Krasinski's holding a fucking grenade, and he's like,
"Oh, is that the one? The interrogation?"
Yeah,
I did see that.
Yeah.
Good.
So, and then like the next thing, like they shot that took like a couple weeks. Or no, that was actually the last thing we shot in fucking Morocco. Before that, we shot all of episode whatever it was, 6.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
And so you guys, and like we were talking before, there was another actor who came in. He was supposed to be the Delta not commander, but the OIC of this unit. And dude, we kept getting pushed to the right, and so the Patricia Riggin, who was the director, she was like, basically like. And she asked me, she's like, hey, can you play that role? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you didn't really say shit. There was one scene, and it was literally like, it was me, Moe, Ron Culpepper, Scotty Fox. There was a bunch of team guys there. I think you were there as well. There's a whole bunch of, there's like 15 of us that we come in and we hit that.
So fun.
Whatever that big, it's like a castle, essentially.
Yeah. And
there's lasers everywhere and shit. And I only say like one thing. I'm just like, hey, grab the cell phones or something. You know the deal. And that was like all that was said. But I was like, they flew that one actor out just for that. And we never got to his part.
No shit.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. We never got to his part because he had to be in Vancouver. And I thought maybe both you guys, because we were talking about Vancouver, I thought maybe both you guys were on the same project. But
no.
But yeah, they wound up flying that guy out. And dude, we trained with him and we did a bunch of stuff. And I don't know that, like, I'm sure we filmed some of his stuff, but we never got his lines. We never got all that shit. And they ultimately just like, yeah, you could say that, right? I'm like, yeah, sure.
Sure.
That's interesting. I didn't know.
Fucking crazy.
But the funny thing is that when I found out, like I booked a part and I'm in Montreal, I'm doing the shit with him, and then we filmed some stuff, and I was like, this is so cool. Then I'm going to be in Morocco, so I'm flying to Morocco. I'm like, it's going to be dope. It's one of the first times that I got to travel for work, so I'm like, this is so cool. I'm a different continent, and I'm fucking working. And of course, they put us up in a fucking sick hotel. There's a nice pool and everything. You're in Marrakesh, it's fucking dope. So I'm like, all right, perfect. Like,
and you speak French.
And I speak French too. So I was like, this is gonna be a blast. So like, we touch down. We get like in a fucking like cars to bring us to the hotel. Mm-hmm. I go to the hotel. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have a blast. I drop my stuff, drop my bags, take pictures of the room, send to my boys. I'm like, I'm living. This is dope. I put my bathing suit on. I grab my towel. I'm like, I'm gonna go to the fucking pool, see what's up with the girls. Maybe there'll be some. I'm getting ready, and then I hear a knock on my door. I'm like, yep. And then it's Kevin. Kevin's like, yo. I'm like, oh, yo, what's up, bro? Hey, what's up? You here? Yo, this is so sick. Yeah, bro. Yeah, you want to drink? You want to do something? It's like, grab your shit. We're going to go do a training exercise.
like we're training today.
Yeah, we're training, bro. I'm like, for how long? Because I thought he's like, bro, you're here for work. I'm like, oh, shit. And then we ended up doing a fucking hike in the desert for like hours. Like full gear.
Dude, yeah.
Yo, it was a blast. It was way better than going to the fucking pool. To me, I was like, yo, this is so sick. And then
I forgot. That was all of the exterior shots.
Yeah, and it was us just going, and we were just walking and shit for hours. And you were like, okay, you have to be a little bit further. You got to do this. You got to do that. Like, I was like, yo, this is a fucking dream come true. Like
That's cool.
To be trained like that. It was so fun.
And dude, that was a good testament to Patricia, the director. Mm-hmm. Because, dude, she basically just gave me carte blanche. Was like, hey, like, how would you guys approach this thing? And so, dude, we shot a bunch of these establishing shots. And then, dude, basically was like, yeah, we need to shoot this. We need to shoot this. We had guys coming in, and which was kind of hilarious because I totally forgot about some of the shit that they essentially let me second unit direct all of this fucking shit. Even though my name wasn't on there as the second unit director, and she's basically like, hey, how would this be done? And I'm basically like, and I ran into Jeff Reeves last year when we were at this Round Top Film Festival, and we're talking about shit, and he's like, yeah, man, you're like above the line, you're directing, and I'm like, no, bro, like I'm below the motherfucking line. He goes, no, dude, like. They're like, anytime I saw like people asking producers like questions and shit, and they were like, defer to Kevin Kent, and I was like, I'm like, I'm like,
I remember that because you would come in and be like, okay, so you're gonna be number one, you're gonna be number two man, you're gonna go in, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, da da da.
Yeah.
Like, and I had moments, man, when at one point I was.
Like, who is this fucking asshole?
Fuck this dude, man.
Hey, quit barking orders at me.
But at one point they were like, yo, because we're Delta Force and we're saving hostages. And so there's so many fucking cool stories because we go through the whole, I think they did like a long take once where we go into the building, we get everybody out. I execute one of the dudes who was beating the hostages. We leave.
Oh, that's out of like the cell,
in the
right?
small thing,
yeah.
And then we go out with the hostages, and then we go into a helicopter, and then the door closes, but then there was a moment where something didn't work, and so we were with everyone. We do the thing, and then we go into the helicopter, or we're about to go into the helicopter, and some shit malfunctions. And all the Navy SEALs were no more actors anymore. They were back to like, yo, get down, go over here, do this, do that.
Yeah.
And that was Moe.
Yeah.
That was Moe. Moe was like, yo, go down, do this, da da da. I was like, holy shit, oh, this is for real.
Yeah.
And I remember having, like, I remember being like, and they were like, yo, we're still filming. But I was like, I ruined the take because I was like, this is so sick. This is the coolest moment of my life. Like with Navy SEALs and something real happens. And I saw how they reacted and they were so like taking charge and shit. I was like, this is so
It was like the
dope.
extract of you like coming out.
Helicopter?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
they had a helicopter. Yeah. And then one of them, I was like, yo, this is really, wow, it's really powerful. And he's like, this is not if it really goes, everybody is going to be blown away. Like,
it was a 47.
Oh yeah.
So he was like, they're not really doing the thing.
That's what they were saying. At first, they were like, hey, they're like, we want to see the people coming. We want to see the little castle in the background. We want to see our trail of people because we were exfilling a bunch of like hostages. And they're like, we want to see the hostages, and we want to see the castle in the background, and then we want to see this bird come in and land. And we were like, dude. And I told him, like, dude, that fucking bird is going to blow shit everywhere.
Yeah.
And, dude, you have the camera guys. They don't have anything that they don't have shit that they can put over the lenses. I'm like, dude, you're going to sandblast those fucking lenses. Those fucking birds are powerful.
Yeah.
And so they kind of did a happy medium where they're like, well, let's see how it lands. So everybody, like, no cameras rolling. They bring the bird in, and it's just fucking brown out.
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, you're not going to be able to see fucking shit. So, like, yeah. They're like, okay, let's. So basically what they did is they landed the bird, and then what they did was they put the fucking ramp up, and they just kind of went up on power, and then just like went down on power, and then like you saw the thing settle, but they didn't like
really power up.
Yeah. And then you see the ramp come down, and then you see the whole crew, which I think we were off like camera left, and you see everybody run into the back of the bird.
Yeah.
But it was like it was fucking
fun.
cool. Yeah.
I had so much fun.
Dude, I got
so cool.
I had a funny fucking thing about that though, which is hilarious. That dude's like 2 minutes away.
Okay.
But
I'm ready for him.
they send me a bunch of. So this last project I was working on was in Morocco, and they're sending me pictures. They're like, "Hey,
it's the same place."
No, we weren't in Marrakesh. We were in Casablanca.
Oh, okay.
But they go, "Hey, here's a bunch of military vehicles and stuff that we can use for this, basically this base."
Yeah.
And dude, it was no shit. That helicopter, that fucking shot, and I'm like, well, there's Patricia Riggin.
Oh, that's so
And I'm like, and I actually told him, like, that bird is actually that's the same
shit.
shot we used for season 1 of Jack Ryan in
That's
Marrakesh.
so cool.
And like the UPM, she was like, oh no shit. I'm like, yeah. She goes, do we need a helicopter? I'm like, no, we don't need any helicopters.
Those things are. We had to do a quick story before we have to break for lunch, but. We're in Djibouti, and we had to do an admin like hydro recon for this set of Marine landing force. So it was going to come in on a training op for like this other anyway. So we had to do this fucking hydro recon, but we're all in like it's admin, so we're in like the tiny ass shorts, like no shirts. It's Africa hot, so we're like just sunglasses on. We're team guy in it. So we get out of the 47s, we take our fucking Zodiacs out of there, and we're on the beach, and then they power up, and none of us had thought about this. So we're all in like short shorts and boots,
like silkies,
and it's just like getting sandblasted, dude.
Really?
They're taking off. We're all just like, oh, that was a bad choice, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
shit.
Dude, I'm sure those cats are like,
Idiots.
rookies. Yeah. That's fucking hilarious.
All right, quick break for food.
But I don't think we need to
I don't
break.
have to eat it. Yeah, I don't have to eat it.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. I'll go grab it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So going back to the whole Morocco thing, like we were talking about, like the shitty thing was, so this last trip to Morocco was, I was thinking about when I was there in Marrakesh, and I'm like people were like, oh, it's gonna be fun, and I was like, I thought back to all the times when we were there in Marrakesh, like we weren't going out in town and stuff. Like not a lot.
Yeah, no, it was Ramadan.
Well, that's why I totally forgot about that shit.
Even drinking in front of the crew, we were like, we don't really want to do that. It kind of sucks for them, you know?
And that was the thing I totally forgot about until I think somebody said something to me, because I wasn't like this last project. I wasn't necessarily looking forward to going to Casablanca. I'm like, it'll be okay, but I'm like, dude, it's not like a big. I'm like, it's not a big party country.
Exactly.
And then I realized that when we were there,
Ramadan.
it was during fucking Ramadan.
So they were into.
super
I will
fun.
always remember this shit, dude. I'm like, it's my only day off. I think it was a Saturday. I was like, yo, this is fucking great. I'm at the hotel. I'm gonna go to see the restaurant. I know I had a dinner at 7 p.m. It's like 12. I'm like, let me go to the. Finally, I can go to the pool. I go to the pool. I see Kevin is there. Mo is there. Like other Navy SEALs are there. I'm like, oh, sick. Okay, cool. I'll drink with them. Absolute vodkas that are like big like this, like the big bottle.
Yeah.
Absolute vodka.
Yeah.
With me, I'm there. I'm with them. Like, okay, let's order one. Yeah, let's order another one. Let's order 3. I look at the time. I'm like, it's already like 3rd or 4th bottle. It's like 2 p.m. I'm like, I think I'm gonna go nap, you know. And it was like the stories you guys were saying. I was like, whoa, like this is real shit. Like you were talking about training, about stuff that happened. I was like, this is great, but like I'm really drunk and I'm tired and I have a dinner. I'll go take a nap. So
Was
I go
that
back
that
to my
dinner
room.
that we went to with the belly dancers?
You guys were not there, bro.
Oh shit.
Bro, I go back to my room. I go nap. I wake up. It's like 6. I'm oh shit. I take a shower, get ready, go for this dinner. I walk out. The guys are still there.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
more bottles. I was like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Yo, I go for the dinner. I have fun. We're hanging out. Ha ha ha. Cool. I go back to the hotel. They're still drinking, bro.
Yeah.
You guys are still drinking.
Well, dude, we did.
I
didn't know if
holy
that was
shit.
True professional.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the next day is like recover. Well, dude, and I mean, dude, that was literally like 10 years ago,
Oh shit, you're
which
right.
is fucking crazy.
Wow, yeah.
But we did a dinner. I think you were there with,
nah.
with Wendell Pierce.
I didn't see. No. I know. I didn't.
Maybe
I
it was
never met him.
maybe it was either earlier or later in the Morocco shoot. Maybe it was later, but Wendell was there, and he was. So Wendell plays Admiral Greer on the show. Good fucking dude. And
Didn't
his
he just pass away?
no.
Okay,
His
yeah.
dad did.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So his dad. That was what I was going to segue into. His dad was a Marine
Oh.
in the Battle of Saipan.
Oh wow.
And his dad lived to be like in his 90s. So every time I would see, Wendell, I'd be like, hey, how's your dad? He's like, oh man, he's still doing good, and he lives in New Orleans, and he's got a full time help for his dad and everything, and his Wendell's brother was in the military as well. I think he was in the Army, and so he's got a very strong appreciation for military, but we went to this like belly dancing this restaurant, and it had belly dancers and stuff, and dude, it was like one of the last weekends before we went to Paris, and we were still filming like that. Like literally, episode 1 was one of the last episodes we filmed in Marrakesh, and it was another one of those days where we'd been drinking almost all fucking day, and I was smart enough to go, dude, I gotta go take a fucking breather. I did what you did. But Moe didn't. So Moriarty, in true fucking New England fucking patriot fashion, was just blasted, bro. And so we get to the restaurant.
Who'd he fight?
Oh man, no, he didn't fight anybody, but it was only because, I mean, he was pretty trashed and he was feeling good. He wasn't, nobody was like manhandling him, and and they would, the owners of the restaurant, they came over to us and were like, hey, like basically like, hey, can you get your fucking friend and tell him to stop acting so fucking weird? Because like he would literally just like we were saying yesterday with my buddy Macon, just literally going up to tables like, hey, what are you guys doing? Like Moe was doing that shit. And he like walking around, like looking at people. And,
Everybody loves me.
yeah. And this is Morocco where people are like going, who the fuck is this drunk American asshole that's
Irish dude.
Yeah. And so like we would, hey Moe,
Come this way.
got you another drink. And then he would stumble over there and we're like, switch it out for water. And we're like,
Gotta hydrate.
yeah, and we're like, dude. But it was fucking hilarious. And I think what the deal was, he had went out the night before.
Oh man.
And just burned it down. And that was what Wendell, I still talk to Wendell, and he's just like, God damn, that one. He goes, dude, he's like, Moe has been up for 24 hours just drinking. And so literally, yeah. And I was like, yeah, bro. I was smart enough to like go get some rest and like let the booze kind of subside a little bit. But yeah, that shit was pretty funny.
Those days catch up to you, man. Like when we had John Wechter on the show last week for St. Patty's Day.
Yep.
We started drinking. We started filming like 10:30, I think. We started drinking like 11:30. So you went home.
Yeah.
We went out to the bars. Super fun, actually. It was a great day. It was like not overly trash. Just had a good time out in the sun, just having fun, good conversation. And then we got tired. The sun went down, so I don't like being PB after dark. So we went back to my house and then fired up the fire pit and just smoked cigars and having a conversation around the fire pit till like 4 in the fucking morning, bro. So that was like, was that 16 hours straight of like boozing?
Yeah, because we started drinking here at like 10 in the morning.
Yeah, and I'm like, wow, I was
on St. Patty's Day.
I was so useless the next day, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
it was a great time.
It's kind of amazing how quickly booze catches up with you with age.
It's very different drinking now than it was even 10 years ago, man.
Yeah,
super different.
Yeah, it's one of those things. My brother was in town, and we went back to my house, and dude, it was the day after St. Patty's Day, so I drank on St. Patty's Day, but I didn't like burn it down or anything. And then the next day we had another podcast, or no, it was the day after. It was the 19th, so St. Patty's Day was on the 17th.
Yeah.
Recovered on the 18th. The 19th we had who the fuck did we have on the 19th?
This last one?
Oh, it was Tyler.
Oh yeah. That's
so
right,
on the 19th, and my brother was here, and so then we go back and we literally drank almost this entire fucking.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, it was probably like up to here.
That was a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And so then we go back to my house, and we hit up Pal Joey's on the way home, and then we hit up Keg and Bottle for some old fashions, and then we went back to the house and like kept drinking. And my brother was smart because he had to fly out the next day, so he's like, I'm fucking calling it. I stayed up, in the or in the Kent's pub. Mm-hmm. You've been to my house, my bar in the backyard.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
With the view? With the view that's sick.
So sitting up just watching, I don't even watching some stupid fucking movie, like still drinking. Then, dude, the next day was Friday, and Gabby goes to work. I'm sitting in the man cave with the air conditioner on, and both my dogs were in there just like jackhammering. I got the AC on like full blast, and they're watching. And that's when Navy SEALs was on, and they're watching them like all just hungover. Eating fucking ramen noodles or some bullshit, some
great.
bullshit like recovery fuel. Mm-hmm. But no, I want to touch on your next project after that. I know you got into the whole Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
How was that working with Jason Sudeikis?
It was a blast, dude, honestly. And it touches a little bit on like the whole, my football background.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, how was the casting process, and like, how was all that when you actually found out? You're like, okay.
Yeah, it was crazy. It's like really. So I did a movie with him before I did this.
Okay.
Before I did Jack Ryan, I did a movie with Jason called Race. It's about Jesse Owens.
Okay.
So I was one of the athletes. I was like a runner also.
Yeah.
So he played our coach, and so it was very similar. And so he knew I was an athlete, and so he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna do this show. It's about football. Did you play?" I was like, "Well, I played American football. I was a wide receiver." He's like, "You should be the goalkeeper." I'm like, "I think being a striker could be more fun. Being on the field and stuff. It could be cool." He's like, "How old are you?" At the time, I was like 35. He's like, "Trust me. You want to be the goalkeeper."
He's like, "You're old, bitch."
Yo, he was correct. He was correct, bro. I was chilling. Also, like my uniform is different. Like it's always different colors than the team.
Yeah.
So and there's one goalkeeper for the team. It's not like I would have just told people like I'm the guy on the left. No, it's like I'm the goalkeeper of the team. It's like the easiest thing. I got gloves. I have a mask in the last season. So there's a bunch of shit.
Well, that's cool too because now you're
it's
distinguished.
Different. Exactly. That's it. So I was like, oh yeah, it was. So
that was cool. He hooked you up with that.
Yeah, he definitely. I still auditioned because
obviously.
the network needed to know can he act, And so I auditioned, and then it was the craziest experience of my life.
Yeah.
Dude. Living in the UK for a little bit, it was.
That's cool.
Yeah,
they were filming it over there.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
wow,
whole show was filmed over there. So like, first season was like 3 months. Second was like 6. The last one was like 9.
Dang.
9, yeah, something like that. Yeah. But it was
what
like,
part of the
can't
UK
complain.
were you at?
Dude, I was London. So I was first season in Notting Hill, second in Chelsea, last one in Notting Hill again. So I was like the best neighborhoods.
That's cool.
It was, and then just like a buddy of mine now who's like he's ex-military. He says that a lot of the locker room is very like what they felt
the camaraderie.
Like. Yeah, exactly.
The ball busting
and
and
I didn't think it would translate, but it really translates to that. I'm like, that's so cool.
Yeah,
that's
dope.
awesome. And it's real because we all became really close.
Yeah.
We all did activities together. We traveled together. Also, like the whole team. At one point, we went to Ibiza. It was just a blast, dude. It was like some of the best memories of my life. It was so sick.
Yeah.
That counts for a lot, man.
I will say filming filming anywhere is we're blessed to do it. But I mean, for me, being away from home, you want to maximize your time because obviously you're away from home, and I mean I'm away from my wife and kids and stuff, and the good thing about filming other places is like being able to bring them over and let them see other things. It's like when we were doing like season 3 and 4 of Jack Ryan, like Gabby and the kids came over and were like hit up like Greece and I mean it was fucking awesome. Cool. And I mean same thing too for Jack Ryan. Like they came out, they didn't want to come to Morocco. They're like, oh, we'll come to Paris though. And I'm like, which have you filmed anything in Paris?
Have I filmed anything in No. I've been there a lot though, but I haven't been.
Dude, I was actually surprised.
It's different rules.
Yeah.
You have to ask everybody if it's okay to go overtime. Everyone has to say yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy with the.
They have wine apparently at the during the lunch,
lunch
whatever lunch
shit.
they give you wine.
Yeah,
cool.
It was fucking weird. I mean, that was the first time I'd been to Paris. Well, fuck, ever.
Oh, really?
Actually, no, I take that back. Was it? No, first time in Paris, not the first time in France, but first time I've been to Paris was in 2017 when we filmed that.
Yeah.
And I was expecting something totally fucking different.
In a good or in a bad way?
I was expecting a cleaner city.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty dirty, and it's a lot of graffiti on shit that you would think would not have graffiti on it. Like historical build. Like, and it's one of those fucking weird things because I think that's something that Europeans kind of take for granted.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, yeah, that's a 400-year-old fucking building, whereas, like, that's older than the United States.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah.
Whereas, like, when we were filming in Morocco, one of the fucking buildings we were in, the security guy, this guy Idrisi, who was doing security for Krasinski on, he recognized me, and I started talking to him. I'm like, oh, shit. He was literally like, this apartment building we're in, and it's nothing fantastic. You wouldn't look at it and go, wow, that's some historic building. But he tells me the building, he goes, yeah, this building is like 280 years old or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's it.
And it's in Casablanca. And so you start walking up the stairs, and the stairs are all, you go to like really old fucking buildings in anywhere, in the UK or fucking wherever, and it's a place that gets frequented all the time. You see the stairs; they're all worn in from where everybody walks to one spot. Mm-hmm. So, dude, I'm walking up this fucking tiny little stairwell, and I'm like, okay, well, obviously they didn't make people my size in the fucking 1600s or whatever, but all the stairs were like that. And I was like, holy shit, man, this is an old fucking building. And it's just, and everything was built solid. I mean, dude,
super
you
solid.
I don't know how many fucking earthquakes or whatever, or bombings, or, I don't know that Morocco was hit very hard during World War II or anything, but just seeing some of these buildings, and I think Europeans and people in other countries, not that they take it for granted, because that's really all they've known. But like when I went to Paris, I'm like seeing some just crazy old like historic buildings, and they have like graffiti and shit all the outside of it. And you're just like, what the fuck, man?
I think
it's
the only place like that, because like Paris is akin to like Berlin, Los Angeles, New York.
Yeah,
like those places are gonna be dirty. The only place that's one of the cities like that that's clean is Tokyo.
Yeah.
But apart from that,
well, and I was talking to one of the drivers out there, really good guy, and he actually took me and Mo and my boys to Normandy. We had a weekend off, and we went to Normandy and saw all the D-Day stuff.
Oh,
and
wow.
and it was rad. And I was talking to the driver, and I was like, I was kind of surprised there's so much graffiti. And the way he kind of explained to me was like that. It's like Paris is a very artistic, very romantic city. And he goes, like, not to say the local shithead with a spray can is necessarily celebrated, but kind of what he stood for.
It's part of the culture.
So that culture, that artistic culture, is like people expressing themselves. He goes, that's just kind of, it's more fostered than kind of shunned in like as a morale type thing.
And kids don't give a fuck, dude. Like, you're a teenager.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
You're gonna tag up whatever.
Yeah. But it was cool, man. Like being in that city, it was pretty cool seeing. So I mean, like we went to the Louvre, and dude, you could stay in there for fucking 3 weeks and not see everything. That place is fucking huge. Like Ethan, one of my boys, got lost.
Oh no way.
Which was fucking hilarious because they got in and then they were jet lagged and like, you're filming and you only have a certain amount of time. Like I only had a few days to like sightsee.
Yeah.
So I was trying to see a lot of shit and of course Gabby was like, "Oh, let's go here. Like,
of course.
And the kids were still pretty young and I mean, fuck, I don't know how Kyla was. I mean, this was 2017, so this was, I mean, shit, she was like 6, maybe 7.
Oh yeah.
But we get in the Louvre and Ethan and Gavin both were like they were like 9.
Mm-hmm.
So like, we don't want to do this.
Yeah, museums are a lot for 9-year-olds.
But it's some of the crazy shit because you're like, guys, look, that is the Mona Lisa. And they're like, yeah, who gives a fuck? They're like, but you see some really cool shit. But at one point, we're walking around. We're like, where's Ethan? Because he had literally like sat down on a bench and just literally fell asleep.
Oh, and he doesn't have a cell phone or anything.
He didn't have anything. And so we were like getting ready to leave. And
where'd our kid go?
It was kind of crazy.
Shit.
So we're like, and they were closing. We're like, okay, where's he at? We're like, well, there's only literally like one way out of here.
At the museum.
And so we're sitting there, and dude, we're sitting there forever, like trying to, like, where the fuck is he? And I can't remember if we had already told somebody that he was missing. But we had pictures. We're like, well, this is what he looks like. So they were like,
it looks just like the other one. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean like what he was wearing and stuff.
Okay. Like a homing device. Like, go find your brother.
Yeah. But it was so funny. We're sitting there, and all of a sudden, I see him coming down the escalator, and
panicked
a little bit. When we saw him, he was like, you could tell he was like, and we're like, and then, dude. As he gets closer to us, like he just in my arms, like just starts bawling. He's like, shit. Like he was like, it's like I was lost. I didn't know what to do. Like, blah. He goes, I tried to find somebody.
I was gonna have to learn French.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He goes, I didn't speak the fucking language.
Holy
I mean,
shit.
they speak Spanish, but he goes, like, So it was like one of those things where it was kind of cool. The fact that he. Like right off the bat, he's like, "Yeah, I know I fucked up," and he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I went and sat down. Next thing I know, I wake up and like you guys are gone." And we were
keep up, man.
Yeah, we were, and of course we were looking at everything, going, "Oh man, we fucked up too because we just lost our kid."
So how did you feel? Were you panicked and stuff? Like, were you like, "Oh shit"?
No, not really. Gabby was
He's
loser.
got a spare one.
Yeah. Gabby was like, oh, my God, what if somebody grabbed him? I'm like, nobody fucking grabbed him, If they did, like, well, we have 2 more.
But do you guys ever have moments where you're like, oh, this is a moment if I wasn't trained or if I hadn't seen anything in my life, I would have panicked. But you guys kept your cool. And
yeah. I will say that is one of the weird things. Like, I don't know if it's the training or, I mean, because, like, I guess that's one of the first things, too, they teach you, like, in any scenario. Like, I mean, even going through, like, Boy Scouts and stuff is, like, don't fucking panic.
Yeah, just don't react.
You know?
Just wait for the situation to unfold and figure out a solution.
But I know that is one thing. Not to say that my wife loses her fucking marbles easily, but I mean, anything with the kids, I mean, dude, she is a mom, like, first and foremost. And, dude, there's times where it's just like, oh, fuck, like, what do we, I'm like, take a fucking breath, hold on, like, just think for a second, you know. Yes, you know, like I remember one time one of the kids was trying to climb over something and fell, bumped his noggin, of course. She's like, and I mean, they were young, and she's like, I'm like, I don't even think I was there. I'm like, calm, I'm on the phone, like, calm, is he fucking breathing? Yes, okay. Is his fucking eyes roll back in his head? No, he's breathing, he's talking.
Pupils
okay.
dilated.
I'm like, everything is fine. She's like, should I call 911? No. Just
are you
everything
saying
is fine.
those things, or how are you feeling inside? Is your heart rate going up or not even?
No, I don't. No.
You too, same thing. It would be the same.
It depends on what it is.
Yeah.
I think for me anyway, it's just a process. So you're like, hey, is this a known problem that I have a solution for? An unknown problem? If it's a known problem, you just start applying the solution, like the Hilo thing that you were talking about.
Yeah,
that's a known protocol. You're like, okay. Now we apply this protocol and it's fine. If it's an unknown problem, that's a little bit different because now you go, okay, now I have to think, I have to pull resources and information from different places to try to create a new plan.
Yeah.
But I think that's a big thing of it too, is like you kind of develop that line of like, is this something I need to worry about immediately, or is it something that I'll finish doing what I'm doing and then, you know, try to solve this?
But but something like a dumb example, I was driving yesterday, and then there's a car that almost like went into my lane. Like they were crossing the street and they didn't give a fuck. They were going to do this. And I slammed on my brakes and honked. And then I was able to not hit them. And then that's it.
Yeah.
But I had an adrenaline dump.
Yeah. Your heart rate still went up.
You guys have that?
Oh,
yeah.
Totally normal.
Yeah, for sure.
I in that moment, I really checked within myself and I was like, I'm cool. I can squeeze the steering wheel. I'm fine. I can look. I don't feel like my heart rate is up right now, but I know for sure I can't do 10 push-ups right now.
Or maybe you could do 100.
Is it because you were sitting down?
Driving a car. Driving.
I can't do any push-ups. I'm sitting down.
I just felt like I did like I blew my load kind of, and then so I don't know. Do you guys feel that or not even, or like do you know that? Oh yeah, I feel it, but I know that I can do those push-ups.
I think it's a matter of and I'm sure Kevin will have probably a similar answer, maybe a different answer, but I would imagine it's kind of like an inoculation to it. Like this is why like young snakes are the most dangerous because they don't know how much venom to, like a young rattlesnake is much more dangerous than an older rattlesnake because it doesn't know how much venom to apply, so it dumps everything. So I think once you have a threshold of like,
I think that theory's been debunked.
Has it really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Shit, I'm wrong about it. But I do think like you have this threshold of like you have enough kind of crazy experiences that you realize like, oh shit, because your immediate reaction to any major experience like that is going to be exactly that. Like your first fight, you get into like, all kinds of shit, and then you get into a few more, and you're like, okay, it's another one of these. So you know how much, because you always get that adrenaline dump or that thing. But I think over time, your body knows to like, okay, how much of this do I really need to handle the situation?
Yeah,
and you just kind of get used to it.
It's a lot of muscle memory. So at least my theory is because. I mean, I've seen so many like medical scenarios, and that like when we're training, doing shit like, okay, this guy's got a gunshot wound, and we're gonna do this, and you're visualizing everything, kind of in training, so that when you see it for real, you're not freaking the fuck out. So in answer to your question, in terms of things that I might get a little more heightened, like blood pressure or heart rate, like. One of my boys will call me and be like, Dad, I've been in a car wreck. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, hey, is everybody okay? Which is the first thing you want to say. Right. But then it's like, okay, I'm on my way. And I'm probably still going to drive like a fucking bat out of hell to get there. But this is after I've already said, hey, make sure you get your ass off the fucking road. Don't do anything. Don't stand by the car. Stand on the other side.
He's working through the process.
Yeah.
Oh,
so it's like, okay, you know, versus, you know, seeing a kid that's falling and hitting his head, and maybe he's knocked out, maybe, you know, like Gabby and Kyla were coming back from a cheer competition in Houston, and Kyla had low blood sugar, low heart rate, and like she was just worn the fuck out. They said she had the flu and like all these fucking things, and she literally like passes out on the fucking plane. And it's like, is anybody a doctor? And he's like that whole cliche.
Yeah.
And so when Gabby calls me, she's a little more heightened, and she's she's dealing with stress. But she hands me to this nurse practitioner, and I'm same thing. I'm like, okay, did she go out? Okay, yeah, she's okay. Did they give her some glucose? Did they give her, and the nurse practitioner's sitting there talking to me, going, they didn't have any glucose. I'm like, do they have some fucking apple juice? They have something to fucking give her. And they're like, well, they don't want to give her anything because she passed out. And I'm like, well, if she's got low fucking blood sugar, she needs to get something in her system. Right. Unless she's totally KO, then yeah, you're not going to try and stuff a fucking banana in her fucking mouth when she's passed out. But it's like one of those things. But then of course the nurse practitioner reaffirms. She goes, hey, we're doing everything we can. And I'm like, okay. Like, well. And I was literally like standing outside. We were doing a podcast that day. I'm literally like standing outside. I'm like, oh, okay, well, as long as everything's okay. I mean, obviously I can't do anything from here, but yeah, you get.
But so what would it take for you guys to panic?
I think
literally like to be like
panic doesn't really solve anything at all.
But no, of course I don't think that somebody that panics is going to think like this is going to solve it. I feel like it's just. Just happens.
I think some of it would be seeing something that we haven't seen before, something crazy like a fucking plane crashed into this fucking building. We're like, oh motherfucker, like what the fuck?
That's new.
Or
you have no solution.
Yeah,
it's just like
it's
holy
like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Or even a car. I mean, car wrecks still, even to this day. Like if I have a near miss, I'm like.
You feel tingling all over.
I'm like, you fucking dumb motherfucker. You know? Yeah, you're still going to have, like you're saying, you're still going to get that adrenaline dump, and you're still going to be like, you're like, all right, everything's fine. Like, I didn't get rear-ended yet. I'm like, okay, let me get the fuck out of the way.
It takes some time to come down from it, too.
Yeah.
Like sometimes they'll get in, like, some altercation, almost altercation, and you get, like, the trembling hands or whatever. And I've been in a lot of altercations, but you still get that, and you got to, like... know your body.
So, really? Huh?
Yeah, you just know your body and
because I calculated it took me because I went to go see my girl and then I told my girl what was going on, and it took me 2 hours to really be fully back to like okay now if I had to go work out I could work out.
Yeah, I mean if you're not used to I don't say used to, but like if you don't have a lot of those situations in your past, the first couple times it happens, it's totally normal. To like it fucks people up for days sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when you hear about people getting in a car wreck.
Yeah.
And then right after the fact, like their car's still drivable, and then they get into another fucking car wreck because they're still trying to process the shit that happened, and instead of moving on from it and going, okay, this is what I need to do, they're still dwelling on like, oh shit, what could I have done? And then next thing you know is like. Run into the back of somebody. You're like, because you're visualizing everything that happened in the past and trying to fucking figure out what to do differently.
Is this something that is trainable, or it's just your constitution and who you are? Like,
I think it's trainable.
Your wife, you could train your wife to become like a
like if you ran somebody through like a TCCC course, which is a tactical combat casualty care.
Or we call them nurses and ER doctors see way more shit than we do. So they're like, you can't phase those guys.
Exactly.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That's all they see all day, every day for decades. Yeah.
So their threshold for that is so high.
Somebody will come in missing a limb or something. They're like, oh, well, whatever, tourniquet, whatever the process is. They don't even.
Is he bleeding?
Yeah. They don't
all
even
right.
think
Fill
about
out this
it.
form.
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't got no arm.
Holy shit.
But then also, too, like the driving portion of it, like you start to recognize patterns after a while. So now when I drive, I see like that situation where you've got somebody like an on-ramp, right?
Yeah.
Every time I've got an on-ramp,
you get off,
this guy.
Yeah, you go
I'm
further
like,
up.
no, I just look at my, like somebody's coming this way.
Yes.
I just look at my left side mirror. I'm like, do I need to get over? Because if this guy does this, I want the room. You always try to leave yourself an escape.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of it too is like you're saying, it's anticipating, and it's
Yeah.
and it's one of those fucking things where like I was a little league coach. You're trying to teach your kids,
Yeah.
and it's like obviously, Little League, they've never seen shit. They haven't seen a baseball hit their way time and time and time and time and time and time and time again. And it's one of those things where you're sitting there and you got to sit and like grill those kids. Like, hey, what do you do if a ball's hitting here? I'm going to pick it up and throw it to first. Like, well, hold on. You got a runner at first. And you're like, would you throw it to second?
Yeah.
Oh, and so it's one of those things. Just like, hey, you got to anticipate, and so you got to sit and just ask those kids questions constantly, and put them through the scenario. So you have that infield practice where you're just sitting there hitting the ball time and time again. They're like, oh, I missed it. And like, yep, can't throw it to first till you catch the thing.
To your question, though, I think that stuff is like probably like 95% training. There are people that are naturally way better at that than others. But I think for the most part, it's just repetition. It's knowing the protocols and the systems and processes to work through. And then if you have that, you have a framework, so you don't really freak out because you have the solution. And
the scenario is going to be different, just like Ryan's saying. You've done it, and I'm not trying to say we're some infallible. I'll fucking have a fucking car crash on the way home and be like, Moe's like sitting in the car, like, dude, shut the fuck up,
bitch,
fucking weirdo.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but it's like one of those things. I think the more you've seen and the way you've seen your body react, go up and down.
Yeah.
So the scenario doesn't necessarily have to change because you've got control over your faculties to the point where, and they, there's so many different things. So even in gunfights and shit that they've explained, they're like, dude, when you're in shit for real, like you get tunnel vision to where you start seeing shit like this. You get what's called auditory exclusion to where you don't
even hear stuff around you.
And there's times when like
same thing with
some
the fight.
Some of the first gunfights where, dude, our 50 cal on top of the Humvee is just like, bop, 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 bop. I'm driving and there's fucking brass raining down on me, but I don't hear the gunfire, and I'm not wearing ear pro, and a 50 cal is loud as fuck.
Yeah.
And then we get through the contact, nobody gets killed, and we're driving, and then you start thinking like, wow, fuck, I didn't have ear pro in, and my ears aren't ringing, and it's because your body shunted that shit off.
Whoa!
And it's like when you scare somebody and they automatically go, and they go into that fucking fetal position. It's the same shit. It's like you want to cover your face. You try and get smaller. Your eyes go into that tunnel vision.
It's just natural reaction.
Yeah.
But so you get
shit yourself.
You get into a gunfight and it's happening. Are there any tricks for you to? Okay, I have to calm down.
Same thing. It's like muscle memory. So when
you're on autopilot, or it's muscle memory?
A lot of it is the same thing. So a lot of it is like you've been in that scenario so many fucking times. Obviously, we don't want people who are just going to shut down. Like when you run into a door, when you're running in, you have your 4 men, and there's rounds coming through the door. You don't want the last 2 guys to go into the fetal position and go, ah! And it's that thing where you've ran through these training scenarios so many times where that door opens, you have 4 guys running in, you have a guy standing there with blanks going, pop, 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 and you have to either keep going or
it's also
fail.
Why the buds training is typically so tough, because the idea is that you're supposed to get all that out of the guys first. So hopefully at the end of the training, you'll get guys who won't like stop in the middle or cower or quit or whatever, but it still happens.
Yeah.
There's still examples of it.
They're trying to simulate what I felt in the car.
Exactly.
And so, but repeatedly.
Well, same thing with like Marine Corps boot camp is notorious for this. Like guys will come in, I was never Marine, but I've heard from guys will come in and they call it shark attack or something, where they just get instructors to come in and just like you've seen on TV, like the brimmed hats, like, what the fuck are you doing?
They're dressed as sharks.
But it's to elicit that same response. So I mean, it does work. And then after that, you can kind of like the first couple street fights I got in, I was amped up for hours afterwards.
Oh,
dude.
shit.
Hours.
Yeah.
But then, like, getting in altercations now, it's like, I haven't been in a fight in years, but even little altercations, I'll notice, like, the amped upness, but I'm like, you're able to calm it easier.
How?
Yeah.
You're just used to it.
Tricks like, do you breathe it out or
it's
something?
That. It's whatever you need. There's a bunch of different stuff you can do, but I think it's just reps, man.
Yeah.
You just put yourself in.
It's
that
just
position.
like this. You've not necessarily seen the same scenario over and over, but you've been under a certain amount of stress so many times. You start to learn how your body's going to react to it.
I still get stress from like altercations or whatever, but now I know like I just need a couple deep breaths. I need to fucking shake it out, and then I'm, good. But you're human, man. Like that's just a natural reaction. It would be weird if you didn't have some type of reaction.
So
let's
I could ask you guys those questions for.
No, I was going to say let's figure out. I know we talked about this before. What are you getting into next? How can people find you? We're going to have to wrap up because you got to get back to the train station. Not that train station. But no, like, what are you getting into now in terms of what's some stuff you shot recently that people can see you in? Where can they find you? Social media or email or representation?
My address, my personal address.
Yeah, exactly.
Social security number.
Your OnlyFans.
Well, I finished Chicago PD. It was just a guest star, so I was on there.
That's cool, though.
Yeah, it was last week. It actually aired last week. I was like, this is so cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was a blast. It was my first time in Chicago.
Chicago PD?
Yeah, Chicago PD, yeah. So it was fun. It was really, really cool.
Who'd you play?
I played a CI. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really fun.
To make like a crackhead
really
or something?
Cool. Nah.
That's it?
No. Actually, I was putting drug dealers behind bars.
There you go.
So
cool.
that was
That's
a blast.
good.
Yeah,
That's
that
good.
was really good. I did the Upshaws also. It just aired also. So
The Upshaws.
Yeah, it's Mike Epps.
Yeah.
Wanda Sykes.
What's
also.
what network's that?
That's Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
So yeah, I did those two, and then I did a movie that's coming out. I'm not sure when. It's probably going to do like the festival run. It was like a Montreal movie that was really, really cool. I played an American guy, so that was cool. And then
What's the movie?
It's basically I played the boyfriend of the sister of the lead, and he is going through New York, and like we're driving through New York, and then I bring him to my family home.
Right on.
So
What's the title?
the title is basically "What Do We Breathe on Tatooine?" You know Tatooine, the
from Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly. But so it's that name in French, basically.
Okay.
So it's gonna be it's a French movie. And then those two things, and then I audition.
Yeah.
That's it. And so
Right on.
We'll see what sticks.
Cool. And then
Social media,
Instagram?
it's Moe Thursday Love at Moe Thursday Love on Instagram. You'll find me.
okay.
Cool.
Right on.
Yep.
All right.
You don't plug your OnlyFans? Grinder?
You run that.
Yeah, all right. All right, man. Well, hey, it was great having you on the show.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
Coming
Thank
on,
you for
brother.
having me.
Absolutely.
Man. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
All right.